Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, they're having a great day. It is the beginning of the weekend. We'll run down here and grab a few names and say hello. Gigi, Dorinda, Frank, Willard, KN, uh, Faith by nature. Hello. Faith, you may enjoy the show tonight. Uh, Michael Gale, good to see you, bud. Susie Snedhead, hello. Cindy Fuller Stevens, hello. Professor Falcon, Red, hello. It's always good to see you too. Always good to know that I have a mod in the room. Let's see. Q City, Mary Clement, um, Annette Graff. Hello to all y'all. It's great to see you. I'm glad y'all are here. Uh, it looks like it's going to be an interesting day. Uh, I got a few videos I'm going to play for y'all. It is Veterans Day, so we're not going to make the whole show about it, but we will show several videos about it today. Uh, so here in just a few minutes, I will play the first video. It's about 3 minutes and 30 seconds long. And give tribute to all the veterans, the ones that give all and the ones that give some and anybody that served. So we will pay tribute to them. They don't get enough service the way, they don't get enough tribute to them the way it is. Becky Justice, hello. So without further ado, I'm going to play my first one. So give me just a second and we will get her did.
A few moments ago, I placed a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And as I stepped back and stood during the moment of silence that followed, I said a small prayer. And it occurred to me that each of my predecessors has had a similar moment. And I wondered if our prayers weren't very much the same, if not identical. We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. The armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And I wonder, in fact, if all Americans' prayers aren't the same as those I mentioned a moment ago. For all we can ever do for our heroes is remember them and remember what they did, and memories are transmitted through words. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise. We see them as something like the founding fathers, grave and gray-haired. But most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. And all we can do is remember. There's always someone who is remembering for us. No matter what time of year it is or what time of day, there are always people who come to this cemetery, leave a flag or a flower or a little rock on a headstone. And they stop and bow their heads and communicate what they wished to communicate. I think sometimes of General Matthew Ridgway, who the night before D-Day tossed sleepless on his cot and talked to the Lord and listened for the promise that God made to Joshua. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. We are surrounded today by the dead of our wars. We owe them a debt we can never repay. All we can do is remember them and what they did and why they had to be brave for us. All we can do is try to see that other young men never have to join them. Today, as never before, we must pledge to remember the things that will continue the peace. Today, as never before, we must pray for God's help in broadening and deepening the peace we enjoy. Let us pray for freedom and justice and a more stable world. And let us make a compact today with the dead, a promise in the words for which General Ridgway listened: I will not fail thee nor forsake thee.
All righty. That was the first one I'm going to do tonight. I got 3 more I'm going to do throughout the night. Make it like a little intermission. But no, I wanted to make sure that one was the first one I showed. Rocksteady, hello. Seen some Linda Clay, hello. Robert Lawrence, Trudy Huddleston. So anyway, I wanted to make sure and get that out there. And yeah, it would be great if we had more people in here and more people could see it, because there's a lot of people that don't know about that. And those are kind of hard to find. They are on YouTube, and that's where I pulled it. Well, I didn't. Someone pulled it for me and sent it to me just for this reason. Patriot Missile, hello. So anyway, Wyatt Earp, hello. Anyway, it is Veterans Day. Like I said, we're not going to focus the whole show on it, but I do want to pay tribute to them. We'll talk about whatever like we always do, but there is 3 more I will play throughout the evening. Sharon Mercer, hello. I think it's important, They got 1 day a year that we pay tribute to them, and I think it should be honored. And that's, I was glad that the person that sent them to me took the time to go find them and send them to me so I could play them. Michael Gale, not a problem. Not a problem. We got to pay tribute to any of humanity when it's done a great thing and has either won or failed. Either way, they still deserve recognition for what they attempted or was doing. I don't know how to word that, but anyway, it's just all of humanity deserves thanks for what they do. Now, some of people aren't so good, and they deserve a boot in their ass and a swift kick and go on. But it is what it is. There's good and bad in all of us, all around the world. I ain't just talking about our country. I'm talking about all around the world. There's good people. Lauren Price, hello. Yeah, Wyatt Erb, when I was 42 years old, they started accepting 42-year-olds because we had life lessons. And I tried to get back in there, and at that time I couldn't. So I was just past their marker. Just past it. Because I was going to enlist and do. Now, I could have went in as a civilian, but I didn't want to have to relocate from my home. So I never did get to accomplish that either. I went in and signed up at 17 and to the Army, and I should have walked on the damn Air Force Academy like I had a chance to, because I did, due to my dad being in the Air Force. I could have walked on to any Air Force Academy there was. Back in the day, they allowed that. Now they don't. But yeah, back then, I could have. And I should have done it. And I had my head up my ass when I was chasing a piece of tail. So, I was dumb. I screwed it up back when I was 17. So, it is what it is. Life goes on. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about my life. It's been hills up and downs for 50 years now. So, but that's just part of life. I will drop a link. I'm not going to get the panel real full, but I'll let a few come up at a time. That's for sure. As soon as I can get these pop-ups out of the way. Dang it. All right. Hey, John. Anybody else I missed? Let's see. No, I think I got everybody else. Love Pug, it's been a while. Good to see you, girl. Anyway, sorry, I had to hit mute. I had to blow my nose. Uh-oh. Got one in. There we go. Camo
What's up,
Carl.
Shane?
How are you doing, bud?
Hey. Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm gonna do a little panel surfing tonight. I got some hot news right off the press. I witnessed it on a live. It's a community member that's been around for a couple of years. I don't know that he's not been around as much lately, but are you familiar with the term right to travel?
Yes.
Hale
versus Hinkle, 201 US 43 at 89. Yes, I'm very familiar with that.
I'm dropping what I can here in the chat for you because his phone.
Yeah, your robot.
That it is live of him. He just did in Florida and attempted the right to travel, and they arrested. There was his wife kept it on live the whole time. And it was all it. Like an expert like Devil Dog to wrong, but it didn't work for him. And he had all the paperwork and everything down, and he didn't comply, and he didn't admit to anything. And so he's got himself a mess right now. And I just going to tonight and show that. Did you get the link? Did that come through for you?
Yes, it did. Let me say hello to Tracy. And I think I missed somebody else. Dang it. Yeah, his robot's pretty bad there. Jabanil, hello.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not saying I'm. Well, let me just get this out. Like I said, I don't know what he did wrong. If anything else, it's going to let people know what not to do. If they ever try to do that, because there's been a lot of talk of right to travel in our community.
Yep.
Didn't work for him.
And here's the deal. If you don't know where to quote it, and it's been fought in the courts over 1,600 times and went all the way to Supreme Court, and has never been shot down, and they always win. Hale versus Hinkle was a 1906 ruling, and there's a difference between driving and traveling. Driving means
right.
You
did the driving. They kept
Correct.
Asking him. That's what he kept saying. He never admitted to driving. So
no, he was traveling.
They even had the sheriff. They had the county sheriff show up, and he even endorsed what the police had done. So I'm going to pass this around, and if you don't want to play it, which I know he would play it, that was never doing this. Think your audience would find it very interesting coverage.
Oh yeah, no, it's very interesting, but it's very you got to be careful on how you play it. And I haven't watched it yet, so I want to watch it before I play it because some of that stuff the government does not want put out to the public because it is the right to travel, and it's Hale versus Hinkle, and the original ruling was in 1906.
Well, if you know
It was
interested, at least send it to him. Were you?
Camo, here in a bit, because you're breaking up pretty good. Here in a bit, just drop it in the main chat. And we'll go that route.
All right, that sounds good, man. I'm jumping down.
All right, bud. Yeah, drop it in the main chat. Yeah, Hale versus Hinkle is a very controversial item. I know in California, I've seen people, person after person after person, get away with it. And it's not getting away with anything. It's just following the damn law. Yeah. There is no law saying, now there's a difference between legal and lawful. I'm going to put that statement out there. But being lawful, you go by the Constitution, your state and the federal. There's no law saying you can't drive or travel. You have the right to go from one place to another. Yeah. And a car is just a car. It's a consumer good. And it needs no tag, no insurance, no license to drive it. To travel in it. Excuse me. Let me rephrase this. I got to say the correct wording or someone's going to get it wrong and it's going to get them in trouble. But to travel is one thing. To drive, that means you're either getting paid to do it, you're getting paid to do a job, or you work for the government. I mean, look it up. It's matter of fact, I'm not the only one that says it. If anybody knows Snafu, he talks about it all the damn time too. All the time. So it's out there. It's just a lot of people don't know the codes like I do on that crap. But yes, it's Hale versus Hinkle, 201 US 43 at 89. I've known about that ruling for 10 years.
Hello, Janet.
Joy, Julie, and I missed somebody. I think I
missed Julie then. Janet just came in. Oh, hi, Julie.
Yeah,
sorry.
And
Margaret. Sorry.
Discernment Files. Hello, Gigi. Welcome back. Janet Coleman. Hello.
Yeah, I was watching that video earlier that Camel was talking about.
See, I didn't catch it, but you know, I don't turn my computer on a whole lot, and what I did today is
my feed, and I like what.
John, hello.
No, hi, Discernment. But yeah, no, it was quite interesting. I saw it, I guess, after they'd been the guy had been arrested or taken into the cop car, whatever. And the wife was talking is when I saw it. And she's like, you can't do this.
Yeah. You damn sure got to have your bases covered, and you got to know. Yeah, he had all the paperwork and stuff too with it. So I guess that's it just depends on where you're at. And I think, depending on what county you're in and what your sheriff's like, if he's a constitutional sheriff, he'll know. Yeah. There is no rules or regulation because it's so like here in my little county, they run up and down the roads in these little gators and these golf carts, and none of them are even street legal, much less have a tag and insurance and all that crap on it. And it's okay to do that. Some of them are gas powered, some of them are electric, and it's okay to do that. Some of them run around in razors. Those side-by-sides. And it's like, oh, yeah, they can drive as long as it ain't on the highway. You have to cross a highway if you go across the street to go to the grocery store or something. But they run up and down these roads all the damn time, and they don't follow speed limits either. I can guarantee that. So, I've seen 4-wheelers go 60 mile an hour down the damn road.
Oh wow.
Yep. So yeah, it's so why in the hell would you have to have it in an enclosed 4-wheeler, which would be
Yeah.
considered a car?
Yeah.
It's the same
Hello,
damn
Gina.
thing. Because you can enclose a golf cart. Does that make it a car?
Yeah,
No.
for sure. Right?
So yeah, no, I know a little bit about that law. I've been studying that law for years. It all just depends on your law enforcement and they can push it, and yeah, you can fight it. And hello, Gina H. You can probably win, but that's the biggest thing is if they can get you into the courts, then they can charge you court fines and shit like that, and that's their biggest thing. Get you into the courts so they can charge you.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of funny. He brought that up tonight because that is one of my favorite subjects. But anyway, so how'd your day go?
I worked.
You worked.
It was shit. Then I went shopping at work, which sucked. And then I went and got smokes and got gas. And then I went to the dollar store to get, some more supplies for my craft channel. And which I really wasn't supposed to do, but I did it anyway. And I picked up a Subway, and I came home. And I think I got home about 6 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wyatt Earp.
I also went and got my where the hell are they? Where did I throw them? My green beads that I needed for the bracelet that I'm trying to make, because me, the
Right.
dumbass, wrote down pink and got pink, and I needed green.
Wyatt Earp. The laws say over there you can't run nothing down the road over 49 cc. And I know what you're talking about, cubic centimeters, and it is, in other words, they call it 49 horse in the day, just 49 cc. But here's the thing, Wyatt Earp. Go look up that law, and then go look at your city requirements. They don't follow the law, so you could actually fight that and beat it. Because if you couldn't drive anything up and down the road, it was over 49 CCS, then that means you couldn't drive a car. That's 408 horse. Couldn't drive a tractor. That's a 96 horsepower tractor. Because it's over 49. So, those laws don't make sense. And most of the time they're just code. The cities make up their own rules, and they don't follow their state or their federal constitution. So they're legal, but they're not lawful. So anyway, I'll get off that rant. I was reading discernment stuff.
That's fine.
Sharon Steinspring, hello.
Hello, Sharon.
Yeah, discernment. If you drove across Texas in 12 hours, that's pretty quick. It usually takes people a few more hours to do that. You must have been in a hurry. But down there, you can run, depending on where you're at, you can run 75 and 80 mile an hour legally. So yeah, that's a good state if you're going to travel in to go traveling because you can get around in a hurry. Oh, hey, we got a new person coming up. Wyatt Earp, how you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Very
Good,
good.
good, good.
About that law I was telling you about, here, if you have a tractor or a truck that's not licensed,
Yep,
you have to have one of those orange slow moving triangles on the back of your vehicle,
correct.
and you can't drive in the dark.
Right.
So
That's supposedly what they say. Yes.
yeah, that's how they do it around here.
Yeah, and I don't know what state you're from.
Missouri.
So, Missouri. Okay.
But
Yep.
yeah, that's how we play it around here. If there's
Right.
49 PCs and you're gonna be running on the road, you better have one of the orange triangles. If you don't have that, you better have a license plate on, which means you got to have insurance on.
Well, anytime you register a vehicle, which is it's unlawful to begin with, because it's a consumer good. But yes, they've got a big old coup going on for everybody that buys a vehicle to drive to travel up and down the road. And that's just a big racket. Insurance is a racket. Because you pay and you pay and you pay, nothing ever happens. And finally you get a little fender bender. 20 years later, they jack your rates way up. Well, what happened to the 20 years I've been paying? So it just, yeah, they're all crooked.
But I mean, that's just a way for them to get their money. That's all. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah. It's all about money. Every bit of it. Even court systems are all about the dollar, the mighty dollar.
I don't mind my dollar. I like it quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to hold on to mine as best I can, other than utilities and maybe grabbing something to munch on occasionally.
I always put about $2,000 aside for propane in wintertime.
Oh, geez. Is it that high up there?
Well, I have a big house, so
Oh, okay.
heat the house.
Yeah, my brother runs he buys 500 gallons and he buys it in the summer because it's cheaper in the summer because no one's using it hardly except your campers. And so he buys it in the summer when it's cheaper and he'll buy it $200 at a time and he'll get that tank filled up and then it'll last him a year and a half. But he always likes to keep it full. And come summer is the only time to buy it because in the winter you can't afford the crap. It's high as friggin' gasoline damn near.
Usually it takes me 1 to 2 Phillips every year.
Wow. You must run a lot of propane in your house. You got hot water heaters and all that propane?
Yep, my hot water heater is propane. My
Stove. Yep.
my cook stove is propane.
Yep.
I have propane heater. Heats
Yep.
the back side of the house. The front side of the house is heated with a fireplace.
Right.
So, and you're talking about a 4-bedroom house.
Right. Yeah, that's a big home. And if it's an older home, yeah, that'll take even more because leaky doors and windows. Yeah, I can understand that.
I was working on that. I already replaced some of the windows in the house. I'm looking to replace the rest of them. But it's going to have to wait because we're supposed to be hitting snow tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard that from somebody else just right before I started. And they're up there in misery too.
Yeah, it's supposed to get down to like 19 degrees at night.
Yeah, tonight's supposed to be like 17 here where I'm at. And I'm
Where-
further south than you. I'm in Oklahoma.
You're in Oklahoma?
Yep. Panhandle.
Oh, well, you're not too far from me.
Nope. Mike, Mazza, and Cool Gamer. Are you in Southwest Missouri?
Yeah, Lebanon.
Oh, Lebanon. Okay. Yep. Been through there.
Right along I-44.
Yep.
But,
Yep. Been through there.
Hello, cool. Hello, Mike Mazza.
Yeah.
I've been all over the United States.
Excuse me.
I've been all over the United States. I used to drive a truck.
Ah.
I've taken loads all the way to Alaska. I've taken loads all the way down to Mexico.
Wow.
I almost
Now,
got accused one time of trying to take a load to Hawaii.
Mike Mazza, hello. Let me ask you, to Hawaii, that's a long drive.
Yeah, I'm like, well, can I get paid those miles? They said no.
Well, that's where my load went. I need them miles. That's only 1,200 miles.
Well, my load was actually going to Arizona, but my
Right.
GPS was messed up. And according to them, they said I was 10 miles from the Hawaiian coast headed for Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think this truck floats.
Yeah. Hey, did you see? I don't know if you watched much of it. I was looking at RVs one time on YouTube, and you can find a lot of good ones. I mean, really nice ones. And this old boy took this RV and made it where you can drive the damn thing in lakes. In lakes.
Yeah.
And I thought, what the hell? And I mean, it's a nice dude. This guy's got a lot of freaking money just to buy the thing and then just to turn around and also make it drivable in a lake.
You can actually buy them that way.
Yeah, I heard they started making them. I've seen Jeeps, I've seen sports cars, all kinds of crap that'll go off into. And Volkswagen Bugs, they've been built like that from day one. Put a snorkel on them and they're good. Yeah, Volkswagen Bugs with sorry, go ahead.
Those Volkswagen Bugs, they leak like a sieve.
The ones, yeah, nowadays they do, yeah. But back when they was built, they were able to float.
Wow.
I seen a guy who had a Volkswagen Bug, and he had a camper that matched it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The camper hooked up to the roof of the Bug.
Yep, I seen that. It was a kind of a yellowish cream color.
Now his is green and white.
Oh, okay. Then there's several of them out there. They used to build them things, and they could back right up under them. Even if you was off a little bit, they could still twist and turn and get up under them, and yeah, they just hook them on and go.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them. It's pretty neat. Yeah, the campers ain't real big, but they're like gooseneck. But yeah, they work really neat from what I hear and what I've read, and what I've seen. They've restored a few of them and put them back up on the road, and that's who I seen it by. It was the guy who put it up there, and I found it on YouTube. It was pretty neat.
yeah. I like to look inside one of those campers one of these days, just see how much room there is.
They're not real big.
No,
They're not. They're bigger than a teardrop. Those little teardrop campers, but they're like a little 10-foot bumper pool that you can buy anywhere, 10, 12 foot. But they're not. I don't even think those are that big. It's almost like a camper shell you put on a 1-ton pickup. But they got the amenities. They're just not real big. Robert Furr, hello. But anyway, yeah. Now, earlier in the chat, you said you had. Did I read that correctly or did I not? Did you say you lost your legs?
yeah, both of them.
Military or diabetes?
Another one, accident.
Ah, okay. Didn't mean to pry. I just seen that and I thought, well, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it's amazing. All the time I was in the military, I was overseas.
Right.
Never got shot, never got hurt, nothing. All right.
How long were you in?
I got out in '93. When I got out, I was in there for about 6 years.
There you go. Okay. Well, thank you for your service.
I come stateside. I got shot twice being here, stabbed 5 times. Some tried to blow up my car with me in it.
Oh, wow.
Like, jeepers, man, I'm safer overseas.
Yeah, no shit. Go back.
Hello, Richard Freer.
But
Yeah, that's yeah, and I hear that same crap. A friend of mine, he's done 9 tours, and he has been shot. He's had a lot of problems. Then he gets over here and he's on his own damn land and damn near loses his life due to a bunch of trespassers on his land.
damn.
Yeah. So
Well,
it's crazy.
Whenever I got shot, it was the wrong place, wrong time. Both times, I walked to a convenience store that was being robbed.
Oh, lovely.
I
Yeah,
got
that's
a
crazy.
few times when I was driving a taxi cab. Did that for over 20 years.
There in Missouri?
Yeah. Springfield, Missouri.
You've been in Missouri your whole life?
Oh, no.
Oh,
I
okay.
used to live in Alabama and Wisconsin, Arizona, and
Oh, wow.
Texas. All depends on wherever they post me,
Mm-hmm.
But
I know it. My older brother is a year older than me. He was born in Lubbock, Texas, and I was born in Illinois. And it's a year apart. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Texas wasn't too bad. That was a short term. Arizona, I did about 2 years there.
You know, the good thing about Texas is military vets and their retirement or their pensions or whatever they get, they're not taxed on that in Texas.
They're not taxed on it in Alabama either.
Yeah, that's true.
Alabama, I hated living down there.
Yeah, I went to Huntsville, Alabama. I'm going to tell you what. I was down there building track homes for M&T Builders, and I think that was in 1990 or 2, I think it was. And they contracted me to go out there and help build homes. And I'm going to tell you what. I don't miss that place whatsoever. My brother, he was already living there, and he says, yeah, and he was working for that company. That's how they found out my name. And so when I went out there, I rode with him. I said, where are we going? He goes, oh, just right around the corner here. 60 miles later, we got there. 60 miles. We had to drive. We got up at 4 o'clock in the morning so we could be to work at 7:30. I'm thinking, this is crap.
That was in Huntsville,
Alabama.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just right down the street. We go up through into Tennessee to the flea market, and plus I'd buy my smokes up there because there's no tax on cigarettes up there. Not a long damn time ago. You're talking 35 years or better. 30 years. Well, 30.
I used to live not too far from there called Arab, Alabama.
Yep.
Over by Brenda Lee Mountain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been through there.
Yeah, I didn't care much for that place. The factory I was working at while I was living down there decided to burn to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care for it.
Yeah. I have bad luck with factories. Every time I turn around, they either burn down or they close down.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they said they're going to move somewhere else, and if you want to keep your job, you had to move with them, and I can't do it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. It's one of those deals that all roads have always. I've left here probably 8 different times. I went to Oklahoma City. I've been down to Comanche and Duncan, Oklahoma. I've been down. I've been to Huntsville, Alabama. I've been to Enid, Oklahoma. I've been all over. I moved down to Perkin, Texas, but that's only 45 miles from my home. And lived up in Liberal, Kansas, which is 40 miles from my home. And it always seems like all roads lead back to here because that's just where I always end up. So to hell with trying to leave again. Creek Squad, hello.
Hello, Creek Squad.
Yep. So it's been quite exciting to hear all the stories from all the people that come in and visit. And that's why I say, that's what I love about being. This is one of the reasons I love being on the internet, because of the people. Now, there is crap that goes on in YouTube world that sucks, but you got to take the good with the bad. Just like Wyatt Earp said, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I guess I qualify for all three. I can be good sometimes, bad other times. I'm definitely other than crap.
Well, you join the rest of us, except Dorinda. The rest of us guys, though, fit that to a T. Willard Hall. Yeah, I said hi to you earlier when I seen Frank Stein in there.
Stop it, Walter.
I want to say hi to everybody in chat.
Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Hello, good to see you. I think.
Hello, Daniel.
I don't think. That's quite the name, though. Sports Highlights. That's pretty cool. You must have your own channel. Do a lot of sports coverage, which is cool. You'd fit right in with my brother-in-law. Damn it. That's why I need another cigarette.
Smoking when you got them.
Yep, that's it. I'll quit one of these days. One way or the other. Angel Rose, hello. Welcome.
I tried to quit a few times. It didn't work out for me.
Yeah, I was a stupid ass kid. The first time I tried to smoke, we was out behind a trailer house and with my friend, and it was his dad's trailer house. And he caught us sharing a cigarette. And he whooped both of us like there was no tomorrow. And so I didn't smoke again until I was 14 or 15. And my mom knew I did, but I'd never let her see it because she always complained about it and told me to quit. But yet back then she would make me get out of the car and go in the store and get her cigarettes for her. But anyway, she's just coming up the road and she caught me with the cigarette red-handed. And she was out of cigarette. She says, "Hand me a cigarette." So I did. She says, "You need to quit smoking right now." So okay. So I threw it on the ground and put it out. And and I was only half a block from the house. So when she drove off and went up to the house and went in, I went ahead and lit another one. Like, yeah. It's funny how kids act, when you're, it is what it is. You can't change the past.
Well, my grandfather is the one who got me started. I was 8 years old.
Oh, son.
He drug me out of bed one day, put a pipe in one hand, put a beer in front of me. He goes, "This is how we're going to start our day out.
You sound like a good granddad right there.
You're gonna smoke that cigar. You're gonna smoke that pipe there and drink that beer. And when you get done, we're gonna go outside. We're gonna go to work."
Yeah, right. Right after you get done being green.
But yeah, we we have a farm to take care of. We got
Mm,
125 head of cattle,
yep.
so like 300 and some odd acres of corn.
Wow. Because 125 head of cattle, that's going to take, shoot, it'd take 1,200 acres just to feed them all.
I don't remember how many acres we had as far as cattle area. But I remember the acreage as far as the corn goes. I was going on the tractor, taking care of that.
Yep. Now, did you cut your corn for sale or did you cut it for feed?
Both.
Okay. Fair enough.
Some went for cattle feed, and the rest went to the mills there in town. So,
Yep, for cracked corn. Yep.
um,
Hence, which a lot of people don't realize that cornflakes is cracked corn. That's it.
yeah, basically,
That's it. It's the same damn thing. It's the same thing we feed cattle. We eat. We have been for centuries,
Yeah. And worst of all, dog food and cat food was made out of corn too.
Well, and all corn is a filler. It really doesn't. It doesn't have any. It doesn't have much nutritional value to it, especially when it's flaked, because it crushes out all the good stuff. And it usually has to be dried anyway before they crack it, but it tastes good. We enjoy it, so we eat it. Our bodies don't process it like cattle, and because cattle can process it because they got 4 stomachs. So yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah, I growed up on a farm too. Don't you fret. Milo, wheat, you name it, we had it. Chickens, we had 200 sows, a couple land raised boars.
My grandfather, for a few years, he raised corn. Then he stopped and he raised a certain type of hay. He said the hay puts nitrogen back into the ground, but the corn takes it out.
Yeah, you gotta rotate your crops because if you don't, what happens is it'll pull all the nutrients it needs out of the ground, like you're saying, and then that plant will no longer sustain being able to grow there. So you rotate your crops, and it puts it back in. And then when we cut our wheat, we would where we mostly set our Milo, we'd cut it and blend all them stalks right back into the earth. So it had some kind of nutrition going back in there. And yeah, we done that. We rotated our crops every couple of years, every 2 years or so.
Now, my grandfather also, right before he will put plants in the ground,
Yep.
he'll spray it with milk.
Yep.
I never could understand that. I'm like, okay, he knows what he's doing. So
High in protein. Yeah, you water it down and spray it. Yeah, we used to milk cows every day before we had breakfast.
That's basically what we were doing.
Yep.
In the morning, you go out there, you take care of your business in the morning. At a certain time, you come in, you cleaned up, go to school. You get home from school, you're back out in that field.
Oh, yeah, that's your homeschooling. It's your farming. I drove many a tractor and many a combine, and I ain't talking about the cozy ones.
Yeah,
no cabs hardly, and you had a little sun cover over you, one of those aftermarket bought things. And the one time we got a tractor, it had a cooler on the top. It was a swamp cooler, and out here in Oklahoma, yeah, that is not a good thing to have above you because every time you'd hit a rabbit hole, that thing would slosh. You would wear mud. Period. You would wear the mud. It would cool you off, but you're wearing mud.
Down in Arizona, all the houses I lived in had swamp coolers.
Yep. I grew up with a swamp cooler in my house. I didn't mind them. I just hated that when they didn't hook up the damn water line, so we had to go out there and water them down every once in a while. And I went out there every once in a while and throw a bag of ice in the bottom of it. Boy, that sure chill the house. That worked good.
I had a house one time. I don't care if it was 120 degrees outside. That one back bedroom would be about 40.
Huh.
And that's where I used to keep all my pop.
Yep.
But yeah, luckily that house burned down. Couldn't find it was haunted. That's the reason why that one room was like 40 degrees. I don't care how cold it was outside or how hot it was.
All right.
It'd be 40 in that back bedroom.
Well, during the summer, that's where you sleep, huh?
No, things kept moving around while I was had that room in there.
Oh, 223, hello. Good to see you coming in this evening. Yeah,
Hello, chat.
yeah, when shit starts moving in the middle of the night, you're looking around going, okay, who's moving this crap? I got to, or I'm going to go sleep on the couch.
Oh, Dad, one day I come home from work and all my dishes was out of my cupboards, stacked up on my kitchen table.
They was trying to tell you, get the hell out.
Something. So I just I named that ghost George the Ghost. From the one TV show.
Yep.
I just named him George the Ghost. Never saw him, but he was standing also you see a glass floating across the room. Like I just put up with it.
Son. Yeah, you just ignore it.
Hello,
That's the only
Lily.
thing you could do. Lily
That's
J.
right.
Hello.
That's the reason I was happy when I went to work one day. I came home, my house was burned down. Like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Except now, what am I going to do?
Well, I had just finished building another house.
Ah, nice.
I was getting ready to move into it.
Yeah.
Well, this time I didn't have nothing to move no more.
Hey, saved you a lot of moving troubles, didn't it?
I just had to buy all new stuff. That costs money.
That ain't no doubt. That's what garage sales are for back when something like that happens.
I go to auctions. Auctions is a good place to get it too.
Oh, yeah. Real estate auctions are the best.
Yeah.
Oh, I went and spent a fortune at one down here south of me. Oh, south and west of me is about 20 miles. And it was a big, nice, beautiful home. My brother picked up a 8-seater dining room set for $60. We bought, I don't know how many truckloads of crap out of there. I bought sterling silver kits of silverware.
Yeah.
I mean, they open up and they're 6 foot long. That's how much is in there. I mean, it's got everything that you ever wanted to use when you're cooking or eating or serving food. And yeah, I think I paid $35 for the whole shit and shebang. So it was pretty neat. But here in about 5 minutes, I'm going to play another video for our vets.
Oh, please go on ahead.
Yep. I figured I'd break it up a little bit. I only got 4 videos that I'm going to play tonight. I played one at the first. If you missed it, you'll have to go back and catch the first of the show. But yeah, but when I go to play this, I'll have to have you two mute, or I'll mute you two while I play it. I'll have to leave mine on because you won't be able to hear it if I turn mine off.
Well, actually, there is a way, if you're using StreamYard, there is a way of playing a video where you don't have to mute yours. You actually talk through the video.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't have to mute mine. I just mute everybody else's because that way no one talks during the video. That way the people in the chat can hear it and appreciate it also.
Yeah, it's also called respecting.
Yes. Bingo. Yeah, and there is a way I can play it even with me muted, but I just don't have my big mic that was sent to me set up yet on my desk. So I figured this was working fine. Why in the hell would I want to change? Hook up a bunch more crap to my damn computer that, yeah, just burn up more of the response time I have. I don't want to burn up my bandwidth. I've got plenty of bandwidth. Trust me. I was almost supposed to have 250 gigabyte of download and upload. But I end up with 300 and somehow. I don't know how, but even the people that hooked it up through the NID with the fiber optics, they didn't even know how I got it that high. I didn't do nothing.
What company do you use?
It up. Do what? Do what?
What company do you use?
We have a little local company out here. It's the only one that's available. It's called PTCI.
You sent your link.
Yep. So
Actually, such a link is now called Brightspeed.
right.
So that's
Yeah, I've got the biggest plan they have. So I heard some people have bigger plans, but that's all they offer here. All right. Yeah. 2 minutes. I'll play another veterans video.
Okay.
But we got 2 minutes.
Do you have one screen, or how many screens do you have on your computer?
I only got one on my laptop here, but I've got a monitor. See, this is 17.5-inch laptop. That's a 22-inch monitor. And then I've got that 75-inch TV that I can Wi-Fi to. And it's got picture-in-picture, so I can put 8 screens there. And then if I break the screens on both of these, I can have 8, 9, 10. I can have 12 different things going on at once. Got one of them that are smart TVs. I bought it for dirt cheap. So, but anyway, yeah, so I can have quite a few things going on. Right now I'm just running my laptop and my monitor. Oh wow. Hey, you got a nice system.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a whole bunch of things going all at the same time. Keep track of everything.
Why does it say CIA terminal on the rest of them?
You mean like that?
Mm-hmm.
And that one?
Yeah, and the one down below it? Yeah.
Yep. I have no idea why I say that.
Yeah, right. Anyway, moving on. Not many people can get into there.
Well, not everybody works for them either.
That's it. You're over here monitoring me, huh? That's all good. I ain't doing nothing wrong. Not that I know of. Yeah, I noticed that and I thought, what the hell?
That's just a screensaver. It's all it is.
I know. Yeah, supposedly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play this second video. It is that time. I'm going to mute you for a second, Wyatt, right after I do the screen share. Now, this one's only 2 minutes long, so it ain't too terribly long. Okay, I'm going to mute you. Okay, you got it? Okay. Here we go. All righty, and we're back. Y'all there? Shows I can't unmute y'all for some reason. So maybe y'all got it muted. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. I know it was a little bit of reading. I know it was probably hard to see if you was on the phone, but oh, okay. Anyway, everybody bailed on me. Yuck, you see, they all bailed, didn't they? That's right. They'll be back. Well, Michael, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Like I said, I've got two more. I'll break them up here in a little bit. I'll probably play one in about 30 minutes and then one a little later, maybe an hour. And that way we can get all four of them in and we can go ahead and keep visiting about whatever we got going on. Plus, I know a lot of people, may have to go to bed before I'll shut down, so I don't want to play them real late. Yeah, Red, I wonder why. Yeah, the next one's going to be quite interesting. It's a little longer. It's 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. So it's anyway. Welcome back, Mindy.
Thank you. Sorry, the dog had to go out.
You're fine. You're fine. It's all good. No, I was just trying to read some of the chat, trying to keep up with them. Said I hate to miss a whole lot of it. Gerald Cummings, I did miss you.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome. Great to see you.
Who?
Gerald Cummings.
Oh, I said hello to Gerald. Okay.
What? You feel like you're watching 107? No, don't even go there, discernment. That ain't right.
That's just unfair.
That
That's
ain't right.
really, really unfair.
I'm just showing it's Veterans Day. I'm showing the vets a little love. They need it, just like the rest of us. Love Pug,
Yep.
Motor and Transport Operator, USMC, Michael Gale was 2nd Infantry Division in Washington State, Army Ranger.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, his computer center. Oh, okay. Had me
Okay.
scared there for a minute, discernment.
Yeah. Yeah. It did look kind of odd, huh? Saying CIA. Like, well, great. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Who's playing tricks on me?
As far as I know, Kelly L, hello. I think he's supposed to be going on tonight.
Who's that?
I saw a clip prepping. I saw a clip yesterday saying he was going on tonight.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully he is.
I thought he was on last night, wasn't he? Or did he not?
I don't think he was. I don't know.
He may not. Maybe he had to work late or something. Had something going on. Who knows? He usually stops
You're
by
kinda
here
warbly,
before he
Shane.
gets. Huh? What's
You're
that?
kind of warbly tonight. You're kind of warbly tonight. You
Well, I
keep
don't know what
fading in and
warbling.
out.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's because the way I'm sitting right now.
Oh, okay. I
Trying
figured
to
that
keep my
had
nose.
something to do with it, but
Yeah, my nose keeps running, so sitting over to the side a little bit.
oh, guess what we do not have at Walmart?
What's that?
Mucinex.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna
Susie
check. We're
Q
going to
says
Shoppers tomorrow, so I'm gonna check while we're there. But it
all
might
right.
not be available in Canada.
It may not be. Susie had said prepping's on now.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, it's about that time. This is because he goes on at 9 Eastern. So that's
No,
right now.
9:05 or 9:10 or
Yeah, 9:10 usually. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, he's on. So I didn't go look, but because I've got too
no,
many
it's a
screens.
precautionary thing, discernment. But you know how Walmart is, they never have the little stickers that tell you what's supposed to go where either these days.
Right.
So half the shelves are empty. So maybe we do have it normally, but not right now. I don't know. But I know one time when I was in the States and I had a bad cold, I bought that shit. And oh man, did it make me feel good in a day.
That's what happened with Rob. He said he took it, and man, he was feeling better by the next morning. He took a set in the morning, a set in the evening. And by morning, he was already feeling better when he woke up.
Kelly L. It could be capital letters, it could be small letters, or it could be prepping Q&A. Those are his 3 channels now.
Yep.
Sorry, Shane.
No, you're fine.
Mucinex gets rid of
Mucus. And
chest congestion and mucus and cough, smoker's cough. So that's kind of what we were doing. Never mind.
yeah.
Really?
Yep. It helps. It's helped with my cough. Now, it hasn't helped much with my runny nose. It did the first day I took it, which was yesterday. It helped a bunch. I took a double dose. I took one set, and then later that evening, I took another set. Today, I've only taken one set. It's almost time to take another set. But, at $20 a box, or these are, I think it's 15 or 16. You don't want to take them like candy.
No. But you want to get them into your system quickly.
Yes, exactly.
And then you can slow down a little bit.
Well, I get them into my system, and then I start pumping in my ginger tea with honey, natural honey, and lemon. And sometimes I'll add oregano, and that usually knocks my cough down big time.
Cool.
Yep. And I run it through, and I drink it hot. So if you see me drinking out of a coffee cup one day, then you'll know what's going on.
Now, my brother-in-law, he swears by apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, I done a lot of that. 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons of honey, and 2 of lemon juice, and 8 ounces of water. And I want to tell you what, that is not only good for your lungs, it's good for your kidneys and good for your liver. It's a flush. I used to do that all the time. My brother, he screwed up and didn't listen and didn't write it down, and he had 8 ounces of apple cider vinegar and put lemon in it. He said it took him about 1.5 gallons of water to get that shit choked down. I'm thinking, you just don't listen, do you, bud? And he's my older brother, so, naturally he's not going to listen to me. Oh, he does. But I said, yeah, you had that one all screwed up.
Now you can buy apple cider vinegar in a gummy version.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not as potent, but, yeah, you can get it. Yep. Done some of that. Oh, really, Michael? Okay. Black maca instead of the maca root. Okay.
I've heard of that before, black maca.
Well, I know maca root's found in the high Andes, and it's supposed to be really good for your lungs and help you breathe and helps put more oxygen into your body. I know what some of Michael Gale's going through, so I told him about it, and then he went and found, I guess, black maca. So and I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just telling you what works for me.
Yeah.
And some of my family members. And so, might as well share the remedies. But Michael, if it's working better for you, I'm glad. I'm just glad you found it, Yeah, after him.
Check that out.
Excuse me?
I'll have to check that out.
Yep. Yeah, it helps your body increase its availability to take in more oxygen into your blood system. Well, Michael, I hope you got you some and are trying it. I hope it helps. With what Michael did in the military and then what he did, saving that lady's life in that fire, damn, they're put him down permanently.
Yeah.
So he needs he needs all the oxygen he can get.
Yes, discernment, everyone's chemistry is different.
Yep, that is no doubt. That is no doubt. Like I said, some people take steroids. I want to get up and clean the house. They give me steroids because I got hit by a bee. Hell, I fell asleep in the chair in the damn waiting room. Yeah, well, not in the waiting room. I was back in the office, but where they do all your checkups and shit. But yeah, I fell asleep in the chair. Yeah, some medicines have the reverse effect on me. I can't take them, so I have to be real careful what I take. And blood pressure medicine, when I take it, I have no energy whatsoever. But if I don't take it, my blood pressure goes through the roof. So I'm kind of in a catch-22 here. Well, good, Michael. I hope you shut up quick. Sorry, go ahead, Wyatt.
You get blood pressure problems?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, I had it. I've had high blood pressure for 30 years, and I ignored it the whole damn time, so it never affected me. But I've always had lots and lots of energy, and they wouldn't let me get life insurance because of it. I don't know, 10 years ago. So I went and got it checked. They put me on some of them. They put me on 2 different ones, lisinopril and I can't remember the other one, but it was a diuretic with it. Well, then it started causing thyroid problems. So when I run out of thyroid pills, I quit taking them. When I run out of one of them, I quit taking them. When I run out of the other one, I quit taking them. Well, it put me down in October a year ago. I ended up getting metaflight out because my blood pressure was hitting. It's always been about 180 over 110 or 90 or somewhere right in there. It's always been that way. But yeah, this time it was hitting 220, 240 over 140 stroke level. So they put me back on lisinopril, but now I'm on 40 milligram instead of 10 to try to get it knocked down. They got it knocked down, and they told me to take 2 a day. I only take 1 a day because that shit trashes your liver.
I imagine the other pill you're taking is probably carvedilol.
Yeah, I can't remember the original name of it.
That's the doctor got me on carvedilol for my heart.
Yeah, they say I found some stuff that someone gave me that he gave to his mom because she had high blood pressure problems too. And they said this cayenne pepper pills work really well to knock it down real quick. And it's all natural. But the problem is you got to stack food on. You got to eat a little bit, take one, then eat a little bit more. Because if not, it kind of burns your belly because it's got cayenne pepper in it. So you got stacked food around it. So, and I've got a whole bottle of them. I'm fixing to start taking. I just got to make sure to monitor for a while so I'm not knocking it down too far.
I don't have a problem with peppers. I mean, I eat ghost peppers like they're candy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, then you'd be good with that then. For high blood pressure.
The thing is, I have not been taking my high blood pressure medicine. And every time I go see the doctor, they said, no, you're perfect.
There
blood
you go.
pressure's great. I said,
There you go. You must be eating the right foods. Lots of spicy stuff.
I do a lot of work outside.
Yep.
I mean, when you got 50 dogs you got to take care of.
Oh, shit. What, do you
17
got, a kennel?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got horses you got to take care of. You got cattle you got to take care of. So,
Now, do you got?
do what?
Do you got prosthetic legs in?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, man, it'd be hard to take care of some of that without it.
Yeah. I'm supposed to get my new ones sometime soon.
Okay.
I do that once a year. They check me out and look at what I got and decide whether I need new ones or not. Every year, they always give me new ones.
They upgrade you. Yep.
So I was just waiting to hear back from them on that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, take care of animals will take care of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys who sits around my house all day. I can't do it. It drives me nuts.
Right.
I gotta be doing something.
Yeah, I just hate it when it gets friggin' cold outside anymore. And used to I could handle the heat like nobody's business, but when it gets over 100, then I'm going, okay, we got to go find some air somewhere.
Yeah, that's the problem with Oklahoma, Missouri, and Kansas. Got a lot of moisture in the air.
Yep, the humidity is what knocks you down, especially where you're at. That humidity up there, because I bet you're not, an hour from Grand Lake?
Here
Right
in
there.
Missouri?
Yeah, where you're at in Missouri, down into Oklahoma where Grand Lake is.
I'm up here by Lake of the Ozarks.
Oh, shit. You're on the other end. Okay. I thought you was southwest, not northwest.
Well, it's southwest Missouri.
Well, right.
But
Hello, John.
I'm up here toward Canton and Lebanon area.
Yeah.
So So we got a lot of moisture down in Arizona where I live down there. I mean, it could be 120 degrees outside, but I only feel like 70. There's no moisture.
Right. I'll tell you what, anytime you can pull the humidity out of your house, you know, a person will chill at 85 degrees if you can get all the humidity out of the house when your air conditioner's running. If you can get all the humidity out, all the moisture out, you will chill at 85 degrees.
I use the air conditioner and dehumidifiers.
Yep. I bet you stay plenty cool then.
Yeah. I don't have a problem as far as heat in the wintertime. I mean, heat in the summer.
Right.
And with me running a fireplace in wintertime, it stays it's warm, but it's not full of moisture.
Right. It's a dry heat. Yeah. Definitely a dry heat.
And because I have problems as far as my lungs,
Right.
that's a good thing.
Hello, Christopher.
I was told about a year ago I got cancer in my upper right lung.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Hey, there's a file you need to go look up. A video. It was put out by the news. It's a couple years old. But there's an older gentleman that ended up getting cancer, stage 4. And doctors, everything they tried wasn't working. Christopher, hello. Everything doctors were trying wasn't helping. He went into his vet. And his vet says, I can't give you medical advice, but he says, go get you some of that. And he points over there, and it's dog dewormer. Now, you'll have to watch the video. It's very interesting. And there's something in the dog dewormer that he is, stage 4 has regressed to nothing within just months. And it's dog dewormer is all it is. And with you taking care of all them dogs, I'm pretty sure you got some laying around the house. And you might, I can't remember the name that's in it. It starts with a L. It's not lisinopril because I know that's a blood thinner, but it's a lysoprene, or I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'll have to go look again. But there's a video, and it's Edmond, Oklahoma. Man cures himself of cancer. Edmond, Oklahoma, and it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I could probably play it. Matter of fact, I think I got it saved. Let me think here. How can I do this? Hang on. Let me go look.
Oh, excuse me.
And it shouldn't get me taken down. It's just his story. And it was on air. Let me see how I can do this. Hang on a second, guys.
It might get you taken down if you don't have permission.
Now, this is put out on... it's put out everywhere, so... Let me look.
Huh?
What there? Right there. Up there. Damn, I hope I still have it.
Love hug.
Red, put it in chat.
Okay. Okay.
So he can get it from chat.
Yeah, and that's in Edmond, Oklahoma, where that happened. And it's true story. Edmond, Oklahoma is just north of Oklahoma City. It's almost attached. Yep.
Yeah, I drove through there a few times.
Yep. Beautiful little town. Expensive as hell to live in.
Can't be bad as Los Angeles.
No, I know that shit's right.
Susan Hazelton says fenbendazole is also a name for the dewormer.
Yep. Yeah, that's not the word I was thinking of, but yeah, I know which one that is too.
I have to look. I might have some in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Your best bet, just go over there. The link is dropped in the regular chat. Grab it. Anybody you know, I mean, if you want to try it, try it. I mean, this guy, watch the video. This guy swears up and down by it. My brother-in-law is a paramedic and works as first responder for the fire department in Oklahoma City, and he swears by it too. So, well, that's not the only one that supposedly does it. I mean, there's several out there that probably could. One name we can't mention on here because it was banned due to the whooping cough that came around a couple years ago. But
Love Pugs, check out the video that Red has up. Man cures himself of cancer.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's put out for canine. He said when he first started buying it, it was $5 a box. And now it's, for $3, now it's $10 a box because he put it on the air and put it out. He says he didn't care. He'll buy it every month, no matter what, or every week or whatever he said. You have to just go watch the video. It's a great video. And this is an older gentleman, and he has no reason to lie. He's got a decent little place. You can tell he's been a good, honest man most of his life, as far as I can tell. The one I've seen on the internet isn't as good as the one I've seen when the full interview, but it still gets the point across and still shows everything. They just condensed it down. Yep. So it's well worth. Like I said, I research everything, guys. I had a little brother that passed away of cancer. Then my mom's husband passed away of cancer. And, I research everything. My brother had diabetes. He no longer does. So I'm not saying I'm a medical anything. I just research everything and give them ideas. And if they try it and it works, great. If they don't, to hell with it.
My problem is I refuse to stay dead.
Yeah, that's me.
Died twice in the hospital and came right back to life.
The video I dropped is a new story done on him and his experience. Okay, cool. So he's still talking about it apparently. Because this has been several years back. And he was 3 years clean without it since, after he started taking it. Oh, let me see. Someone's blowing me up.
That's sad, Love Bugs. Really sad.
Thank you for finding that for me, Red. I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, I'll have to check out my my supply of stuff and see if I've got that or not.
Yeah, you can get it pretty much any feed store or
Yeah.
or you know where to get that stuff. I ain't gonna tell you. Hell, you got dogs and animals and critters, so you know where to go get that stuff. So
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Eric, make sure he's got some.
yeah,
He's
and
got
it is time I got to play. I'm getting reminded it's time for the other video. Thank you, Red. She keeps me on track, guys. She reminds me. So I'm going to play another video I have. This one's about 5 minutes long. So if you're not interested, you know, there's always you can run to the little boy's room or to the gentleman's room, I should say. Anyway, and do what you got to do. But I'm going to play this now so I don't get beat up verbally. She keeps me on track. That's good. That's why I like her. She's good at it.
Is she your wife?
No. Oh, no. She lives right up there close to you, matter of fact. I don't want to dox her, so I ain't going to say where, but yeah, she's up in that state.
Okay. All right, then. We will stuff and pay.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make it full screen.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I say your name. Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of those officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. The armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The timing of this holiday is quite deliberate in terms of historical fact. But somehow it always seems quite fitting to me that this day comes deep in autumn, when the colors are muted and the days seem to invite contemplation. It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise, but most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. And all we can do is remember. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. In memory of those who gave the last full measure of devotion, may our efforts to achieve lasting peace gain strength. Let us make a vow to our dead. Let us show them by our actions that we understand what they died for. Strengthened by their courage, heartened by their value, and borne by their memory, let us continue to stand for the ideals for which they lived and died.
In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. We shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
All right. There we go.
That was beautiful, Shane.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Made me shed a few tears. I liked it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Luckily, I watched it earlier, so I already got them out of the way. Like I said, we're here for, today is Veterans Day. We got to give honor where honor is due. And it's well worth it. I mean, we're still here. That's why it's worth it.
Big hug, Margaret. Big hugs.
Yep, Margaret. Yeah, I like some of that stuff because my real dad was in the Air Force. He was in Vietnam. So, yeah, it was pretty scary. Well, I didn't know at the time. He had just got out just right after I was born. But, yeah, he served 68, 71. And, yeah, he was over there as a electrician for the planes. And he had told me one time that he got to fly over Thailand. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, I don't know if he was the pilot or the co-pilot, but he got to fly over Thailand in the jet.
Nice.
I think it was F-14 or some shit like that. I can't remember what it was. It's been so long ago. Yep. It was pretty cool. Listen to the stories that he would tell me. He didn't have to see a lot of hand-to-hand or military combat due to being an electrician. You're stuck in a shop, and everybody else did all that crap.
Yeah.
So I always enjoyed his stories. You'd hear him come back and tell about the stories, and he'd tell them to me, later in life. But he'd try to recall them the best he could and tell me about them. I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
My grandpa used to tell me stories about when he was serving in the United States Army. He spent 2 years in POW camp.
Oh, son. That's rough.
Yeah. And when they got shot,
dogs.
when they got shot down, he was a gunnerman on a bomber. They got shot down. He lost his hand.
Oh, shit. Damn.
You used to have those prosthetic, looks like a little hook or whatever.
Yep. Looks like a hay hook. Yep.
And I remember the first time I saw it, he got me good. He had it opened up. He goes, "Put your finger in there." Yeah, they clamped down my finger. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that again. Yeah, well, a lot of my family was served in the military, so
Yep.
me, my grandfather, and my son William were all in the United States Army. My sister and my cousin's kid Tegan, they're U.S. Navy. My boy Lucas is United States Air Force. My nephew, my nephew, oh shoot, I can't think of his name. My sister's kid. I can't think of his name. I don't know why. But him and my uncle, they was U.S. Marines. So we got family members in every branch.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
My boy Lucas right now, he's down there in Fort Hood, down there in Texas.
Gigi Oma is grandma in German. I know that. My friend that spent 24 years in the Army, she was born in Germany. And it's Oma
Whoa.
is Oma for grandma. She was born there, but directly after that, they moved here because her mother had married this guy while he was over there. They moved here. She growed up and 7 miles from me. I never even knew her back then. I met her after she got out. But yeah, she spent 24 years chief warrant officer in the Army.
Wow.
Yeah, that is no easy task for a woman.
Nope.
Especially becoming a chief warrant officer 4. That's the highest rank you can get as a chief warrant officer in the Army. Yeah, she's pretty well up there, but her dad was a chief warrant officer 3, and she wanted to stay long enough to beat his record. She's competitive. Like I said, I got a lot of friends that's been in the military a long, long time. Like I said, Rob, he was in 26 years. Brenda, she was in 24 years in 2 different branches. So that's pretty impressive just for them two. Not for me. I'm just glad to know them. Glad to know them.
Yeah.
Well, I like to stick around.
My father was.
But 5 in the morning comes early, so I'm going to head on out of here.
Yeah, I'm fixing to drop the link. I'd like to see Michael Gale come up here.
Yeah, I would too.
Hang on a second. I'll drop the link. Michael Gale's a great guy. Love talking to him. Anyway, Michael, I dropped the link. It'd be great if you'd come up. I mean, if you can't, I understand, but it'd be great if you did. Lost Rebel. For some reason, I giggle, but And another way, I also think about all the people that capitulated to him back in 2017. So, yeah, I giggle, but yet
There
it
he
is.
is.
Hello.
Michael Gale, hello.
How's everyone tonight?
Very
Great.
good.
We're good.
Hello?
Yeah,
I
can you hear
said,
us? Hello?
Hang on, Mike. Hang on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear
we
you
can
fine.
hear you.
Okay. Something must have came loose.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. You just couldn't hear us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, something on my headphones came loose. I have to put earpiece in my ear so that way I can hear you because it comes pretty low and I got constant buzzing in my ears,
Right.
so it makes it hard for me to hear.
Correct. And I know
You
which
got-
incident you're talking about too. So,
Oh, you got that buzzing going in your ears too, huh?
Yeah, I was near an explosion and it really messed up my ears.
Yeah,
you was
same
right
here.
next to it.
What's that?
You was
Same
right
here
next to
too.
it, correct?
Yeah, I was probably about I give or take maybe 12 to 15 feet from it when it went off. But my buddy that was to the right of me, he's the one to end up hitting it, and he didn't make it.
Yep.
But
Same here.
it threw me. I was a little bit ahead of him. He was about probably about like 5 or 6 steps behind me, but he was more to the right. And when he hit it, and yeah, it killed him. But if I was probably any kind of closer, it probably would have killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I've gotten pretty close to not being here. I had a bullet get me to my head about 2 inches, and like someone in the chat was said Air Force. Boy, we were in a hot zone, and we had those jets and Blackhawks come in, and uh, you know,
Clean house.
yeah, clean house, lay down some good, um, fire on the enemy. So
Napalm or just live fire?
no, it was live fire. It was yeah, rockets, hell rockets, and then the Apaches came in, and then they came in, did some more light up on them.
Yep. Yep. Laying down a little bit of lead.
Oh yeah, yeah, that gave us some room to move in, and because we were ducking tracers every which way.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you could hear them going by. You know, they're just. Yeah, we were pretty pinned down.
Yep.
So then we ended up, once that happened, we got to move into the area that we needed to go to.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty hot.
Yep. Yeah. You know, I can't even imagine the crap y'all went through.
Yeah, it's something that, yeah, the only way to know is going through it.
Where was you at when that happened?
Well, that was over in Grenada.
Okay, Grenada. Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say that.
Yeah,
I wanted to confirm it.
yeah, that was my first time being in any kind of combat.
Yeah. Yeah, you said you was yanked out a little early just to go to it, wasn't you?
Well, actually, what happened was I was actually going to be going to jump school, but then they called up our unit and said that they wanted us to go, and then we end up jumping on the 130 and flew over to Fort Benning, and then from there we went over to Grenada. They had
Yeah.
they had the Rangers jump out about 500 feet, which is very, very dangerous. But they had to because they had to clear out that field, and
That's
because they
pretty
had,
low.
yeah, because you can't, you only have one parachute,
Yep.
and your backup ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
So
you ain't got time.
yeah, it won't give you time. So some men lost their lives. I don't know if it was from the gunfire or if it was from maybe their parachute didn't open, but I know some lost their lives there.
Wow. Yep. That makes it tough.
Yeah.
That makes it damn tough.
Yeah, the real tragedy was the those helicopters when they end up crashing. The
Hmm.
the Blackhawks. I don't know if you ever heard of the story, but yeah, we had some Blackhawks. They end up and they were in a hot zone, and they end up one of them came down too fast, and the other ones crashed into them, and yeah, that was pretty bad.
Oh wow.
I heard something when I was there. I heard something happening, but I was probably like about a mile away or so.
Right. Yeah, you can still hear that crap quite a ways away. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yep. So yeah, it's pretty it's pretty ugly to go through what you got to, but that's what you signed up for. You're going to end up doing that, and you go through all the training to prepare you for it. But when you actually get into it, you just yeah,
Yeah.
totally different when you're in it.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like I said, I feel for y'all. I really do.
Well, like I said in the chat, you know, if we didn't have soldiers going and doing what we were doing, and showing our strength of our country, we wouldn't have a country.
Hmm.
We wouldn't have it. We wouldn't have, the men and women that have put down their lives and sacrificed their lives, like, your last video. Um, we wouldn't have a country. Now, well, over in Grenada, that was a little bit more of a different story because our main option was which called was Urgent Fury, and our main option was to go and get those medical students out of the hot area. That was our main concern, was getting them out. And when we did, then that's when we really turned up the heat on the insurgents, which were the Cubans, and some of the islanders joined them. Um, yeah, it was pretty bad what happened over there. There's more to the story than what's really told. I think that goes with any war, uh, but there's a lot more than what's really told.
Oh yeah, there always is.
Yeah.
It's always about greed and money.
Yep. But this one wasn't about money. This was more, like I say, it was saving our students, our medical students, then liberating the island back in power of the Grenadians. Yeah.
Let me ask you this though:
Yeah.
why was it our business?
Well, because we had first off, like I said, it was we had our medical students there. So
Well, and I understand that. I understand that. Okay, okay, fair enough.
yeah, that was our first. That's why
Okay,
I always put that first, because they came first, because we're not going to leave Americans behind to get tortured, raped, all that stuff. That's not going to happen. Us
right,
American soldiers are going to go and save our people. That's
correct,
first. Then we take care of the business over there because of what was happening.
correct. Okay.
Yeah. So,
A lot of times, Big Brother sticks his nose into shit that doesn't belong.
well, this
And
one wasn't it.
right. That's why I said sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody wants to look up the stories of what happened in Grenada, which is not the full story, but look it up, because it's called Urgent Fury. That happened in 1983.
A lot of stuff went down in '83. A
Yeah.
lot.
Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff. There was a lot more going on inside America than you can realize.
Oh my God, yeah, they had little wars going on everywhere.
Yeah. Well, you know what sleeper cells are, right?
Yep,
There you go.
yep. Yeah, in '83, of all the stories I've heard, yeah, that was a busy year. That's for sure. Busy year and a half, actually.
Yep. Sure was. I was there.
Yeah, he was right out in the middle of it.
Oh, yes, I was.
Hey, Travis, good to see you. Thanks for doing a drive by. Always good to see you.
Oh, and what I was saying about, I heard you talking about steroids.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't take steroids because well, with my lungs, because it causes me to, I didn't sleep for 22 days for
Oh,
one, and then I end up going like, my vision was just totally going in and out. And then it caused me to have a PTSD, something came
right.
out. It wasn't good.
Yeah, yeah. I have a reverse effect on it. It's supposed to make you hyper and feel good, and yeah, hell, it put me to sleep.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, don't do that to me. It keeps me awake, and then it gets me delirious, and then I can't even drive a car. That's how delirious. 22 days without sleep.
Yeah, I was going to say 22 days without sleep will make anybody's eyes go in and out, and you can't drive.
Hmm.
You're just plumb silly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't believe it hung in your system that damn long.
Well, because after I got out of the hospital, they give you, before I ended up going to the hospital, I wasn't sleeping. And then when I got into the hospital, I still wasn't sleeping. Then when I got out of the hospital and they give you the steroids, you have to take they go by steps each day.
Right.
So that affected me. So I didn't sleep for 22 days.
Son. That's hard on your body. That's hard on everything.
Yeah, and your mind, everything. And then that's really bad for people, that served and been in combat. It can really affect you. And it did me. I'll tell
It
you.
could throw you into seizures.
But yeah, and that too. And that too. But thank God I had my wife, and she helped me get through it.
Well, good.
She's the only one that could have, because it could have been really bad.
Boy, I'm going to tell you what, you got damn lucky.
Yeah.
Yep. You got lucky because that is nothing to play around with.
Not at all.
That sleep deprivation is as big a killer as stress.
Well, I had plenty of sleep deprivation when I was in the military anyway,
Correct.
but not 22 days.
No, maybe 2 days, and then you catch a
Well,
little nap here and there.
yeah, the longest I've gone was 3 or 4 days.
Oh crap! Yeah, see that would do me in.
Yeah.
I got to have at least an hour here and there,
Yeah.
Because trust me,
It's sacrifice,
oh, absolutely. Well, you got to stay on alert. You don't want to wake up dead.
Yeah. That's that too.
I'm pretty sure it's a different mindset.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. But a lot of times during training, depending on what you're in, they'll actually do a sleep deprivation on you just to see how you're going to handle it.
Right.
So
I've been to some of them marathon, no sleepathon things. I want to tell you what, after 2 days, I'm done. I'm out. I'm going to the house.
right.
And I was
Right.
delirious then, so I can only imagine 22 days.
Oh, it was really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to tell you too, like I was putting in the chat with the maca, I went to
Yeah.
the maca root. I went to a vitamin store. I asked him about it. He gave me regular maca. Then I came back and I talked to him again, and he said, "I'll tell you what. I'll give you a secret. The black maca is way better." I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, get black maca. It's way better. He says, I take it. And he's an older guy as like myself. And he said, it works wonders.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that maca root is something unbelievable.
Yeah. So
The regular,
I,
if it's just a regular maca from the low indies,
right.
yeah, it's a slow go. If you
Yeah.
can get it from the high indies, or like you said, the black, I never heard of the black till now, and that might be from the high indies.
Right.
That may be the good stuff.
That is the good stuff. So yeah, check into that. I ordered mine from Amazon.
Okay.
So look on Amazon and they got different milligrams. I got the higher milligram.
Okay.
So yeah, check into that.
No, absolutely, I will. Like
Yeah.
I said, I'm all about natural.
Yeah, because I definitely need help with my lungs. I definitely don't want to go to the hospital again. And then they try giving me steroids because that's the only thing that would help my lungs. I don't want to deal with that again. So I
Did
need
they give you a
whatever.
steroid inhaler?
What's that?
Did they give you a steroid inhaler?
No, they gave it to me straight in my IV.
Oh shit.
And then after I got home, then they put it. They gave me these pills, and they go by step each day. So each day you have to take a different amount until you can finally get off of it. Because if you get off of it too soon, it can cause a lot of problems for you as well.
It can cause a stroke.
Yeah, exactly. So
Steroids are very dangerous.
right. So
Highly.
that's why when you talked about that mock, I said, "Oh shoot!" And I told my wife about it. So we started doing some research on it, and we went down and bought it. And then I went back, like I said, about 2 weeks later, went to the vitamin store, and he said, I got a secret for you. The black maca is better. I take it. So start taking that one." And so I went ahead and ordered it.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did your own research and said just listen to me because, like I said, I just tell you what I know that
Right.
works for me
Right.
and it's worked for my family members.
Right.
I don't want anybody to just take it for granted. That's the gospel.
Well,
Because
and you know something here, Shane. Me and my wife, we've been taking walks, and I feel like I'm getting more stronger with my lungs. I feel more better, and that's just with the maca, the regular maca.
yep.
I haven't taken the black maca yet. Like I said, I just ordered it. So can you imagine when I start taking that, how I'm really going to start feeling?
Yeah, just be careful when you start taking it so you don't, you don't. I'd hate to see you overdo it with it.
Oh no,
And
no,
it's
no,
a different problem.
no.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it sounds good. And I'm glad to hear that you're doing better.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I took a walk with my wife today, and she asked me, "Are you doing okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she looked at me like, "Really?" And she said, "Do you think you can keep going?" I said, "Yeah, I want to keep going." So we took even a longer walk, and she was surprised.
Let me ask you this: that maca you're talking about,
And
would
Becky,
it help out with PTSD?
Say that again.
That maca you was talking about, does it
Yeah.
help with the PTSD?
You know, I don't know. I didn't see anything about it when I did research on it. Um, but I didn't see anything about it. All I know, it's really good for men, especially to help with. Also, it does this too, Shane. It helps with men with prevents cancer of prostate cancer.
Yep. Yep. Maca root is used in the powder form in India in everything they eat.
Right.
Becky Justice. It's MACA.
Yeah, and depending on if it's for a man. Now, if it's for a woman, probably black maca is not. Oh,
Go with a milder
she,
form.
right. But my wife now, she got there's a maca for women,
Yep.
and she got that one.
Yeah, it's a milder blend.
Right. Right.
Yep.
But the black maca is for the men, especially for the male parts. That help prostate cancer and just helps with blood flow.
Yep. I can tell you what, when I first started taking that crap, uh, at first I didn't know what the heck was going on. And being a smoker and all, and I had a little bit of nasal problems at the time, it started making me have bloody nose on one side
Mm.
because it was thinning my blood with all the oxygen so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it would just start leaking. So I got off it for a little bit and then got back on it, and I took it for about a month, got off it for about 2 weeks. And then I won't tell you what, it didn't do it again, but yeah. So now I probably need to look up the black now that you found that. See,
Mm-hmm.
that's good research. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
You have COPD and emphysema. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell you
COPD.
it's going to. I'm not going to tell you it's going to help. I'm just going to say research it yourself. All I'm going to say is anybody I've ever given that shit to seem to enjoy it, and they're on it to this
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, I have COPD, bronchitis, asthma, and that's not even from smoking. That's from just when I was telling you, when I was doing my training over in Yakima Firing Range when Mount St. Helens went off, and I got a lot of that ash in my lungs.
Yep.
So
I got to step away for a second, guys. I'll be right back.
okay,
Wyatt, you still there, bud?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Well, Michael Gale's up here. There you go.
there you go. Yeah, if you got a question or anything or want something to know, just let me know.
Yeah, he's talking about some of the stuff that you went through in, say, Guatemala. Is that right?
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
You said you went to Guatemala. Is that right?
No, Grenada.
Grenada. Okay. I don't know why I think. I'll tell you what. I served overseas during Desert Storm, and I was working security in Bahrain at the hospital. When a Scud missile hit. And my sister, she was U.S. Navy at the time, and she'd have to be working there at that hospital. And after that Scud missile hit, we had this corpsman. She's bawling her eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
My sister walked up to her, grabbed her by the hair of her head, yanked her head back, and said, "Get used to this, bitch. This is what you signed up for."
Oh wow.
Like, daggum. And
Hey, I want to do a shout out to somebody in the chat, a really good friend of mine. She's a great woman. Her name is Love Pugs. She served as a Marine, and I just want to do a shout out to her because she's a wonderful lady. A lot of people I see know her in the chat, and I just want to thank her for her service in the Marines. Really appreciate her as well.
I'll give a shout out for everybody who ever served.
Absolutely. No matter if you're a cook to a doctor, a nurse, everybody has a certain job to do to make the nest work right.
Yeah.
Indeed, Gello. Good to see you. Yeah, Love Bug's always been real kind and considerate when she's over here.
Yeah, she's very good.
How long was she in? Do you remember?
I don't know. That's something you'd have to ask her in the chat. I'm not sure. I don't, I know she's probably told me, but I don't remember. And
yeah, I think she said it once before. It might have been on Travis or somewhere. I can't remember, but I can't remember what she said.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's a tough cookie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm here on Amazon.
Yep.
And I'm looking at these organic maca root black,
Yep.
red, yellow, 1900 milligrams. Is that the kind of you guys are talking about?
Yes,
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
I have to order me some.
Yep. Do your research. Don't. But I did. just like Shane did. But maybe that's why I wanted to tell him about the black maca, because that way he could do some more research on it if he want, and if he likes it, then he can order it, and there you go.
That's
It's
it.
word of mouth, and spread it out. That's the way it goes.
Well, that's the
Help
only
somebody
way
else.
that's the only way we get away from big pharma.
Right, exactly.
We don't put out medical information, but we will say, hey, this worked for me. And if you want to go look it up, do it. And if you
Right.
decide you want it, try it.
There you go.
I'm not telling anybody to go do it just due to it'll get me ripped down.
Right. Yeah, you do your research. If you feel like that's what you want to do, then that just like what I did.
What you got, Dorinda?
Dorinda, what you got?
D-Dog just posted that Love Pug's birthday was yesterday. I think we all need to wish her a happy belated birthday.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. Is Love Puck is she still in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I can't see the chat.
Yep.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Love Pug.
Happy birthday, Love Pug.
Love
Yeah.
Bug, happy birthday. Yep, 240. Was it 247 or is it 243? I can't remember. I know it's one of the two for the Marines. It's how long they've been in operation. Yeah, it's their
247.
birthday. Yeah, it was their birthday yesterday for the Marines.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't her actual birthday. I might have read it wrong. Sorry. Oh well.
I can't
it's still
remember if it was
happy birthday.
243 or 247, but I know it was way up there. A long time they've been around.
She says it's 247.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah. Hello, if it flips, it ships.
Yes. Hello.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's a
said
long.
good. I'm
That's
gonna
a
have to
long.
leave.
Go ahead, Wyatt.
Yeah, I gotta leave. I gotta get some sleep. 5 o'clock.
All right,
Go around pretty early.
All right. Thanks for coming up, Wyatt. It was great talking to you.
Have a good night, Wyatt.
Yep.
Yeah, you sounded pretty tired.
Yeah, he did.
It was hard to hear him. It was even with my headphones on, it was hard to hear him.
I could hear him fine. Yeah, but he is a little. Yeah, his voice don't carry very loud.
Yeah.
I turned up the volume.
Well, thank you, Shane, for inviting me to come up.
I appreciate it.
I usually don't try to, unless I have something I really need to say or something like that. But thank you for inviting me up. I know you're doing for Veterans Day and, giving your thanks and everybody in the chat and, Red, she's just great. We all appreciate her and love her. She's great.
Yeah, I got one more video I want to play. I'm actually 15 minutes late, but that's okay.
Okay.
Give me a second and get it ready, and I've already got it pulled up. So I'll go ahead and just get her did. We'll go full screen.
Okay.
For defacing the Kensington Park War Memorial overnight. The destruction includes painted messages against the military and the war in the Middle East. The 3 teams were picked up in the early morning hours after evidence was left at the scene.
Grandpa, something wrong?
Some people sure have short memories, and those who are too young to know need to be taught. Come on, I want to show you guys something.
Go show him, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yesterday, December 7th, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
At dawn on the morning of the 6th of June, 1944, 225 Rangers jumped off the British landing craft and ran to the bottom of these cliffs. 225 came here. After 2 days of fighting, only 90 could still bear arms. These are the boys of Puente Viejo. These are the men who took the cliffs. These are the champions who helped free a continent. These are the heroes who helped end a war. Your men who in your, quote, lives fought for life and left the vivid air signed with your honor.
In the name of God and country, I learned to defy gravity. To honor my family, I lived in the belly of a beast. I fixed the hearts of iron monsters. I became a worm in the mud for dignity, for honor, for righteousness' sake, for God and country. I fought for you. I fought for you. For you. I fought for you. I fought for you. I fought for you. I fought for you. For you. For you. For you. For you. I fought for you. I fought for you. I fought for you, and I'd do it again.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Great video.
Yep.
Very true. Very true.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, like they said, some people have a short memory. They forget. So anyway, didn't mean to make you teary-eyed, Michael. It happened.
It catches your heart.
Yep. That was my last video I was going to show of the night. It's all in honor. You know, it's hard to watch sometimes, but it's for the ones that did serve. It's hard, but the people that didn't serve need to see it. And some people have never seen any of this crap.
Yep.
And they need to.
Absolutely.
So it's just, yeah. And anybody has missed this show from the beginning, you need to go back and watch it from the beginning. I played one right at the front. I played 4 videos in this. I shouldn't get yanked down. It should be okay to play them.
I believe it will be.
Yeah, I think so. So it didn't say anything about, malfeasance and voting and shit like that. So But yeah, no, it's Veterans Day, and I figured I'd give a tribute. And those were sent to me, and damn, they were good. And I thought, yeah, better play that.
Well, um, as a veteran, we appreciate that, Shane. We um, around my area, we get some love around here. We go to the store and we get 10% off, or um, I mean not 10%, like 3% off. I got a card.
Right.
Grocery outlet, they help me out and just show their appreciation, and a couple other places, and it's just nice to have a little bit of appreciation for something that could have taken my life,
Absolutely.
which almost did, a couple times, and I've seen good men die, and for people not to know these things and just kind of like go on their lives wondering, not knowing that men and women had to make sacrifices so that way you could be able to have your freedom. Because if it wasn't for our military, we'd have another country come in here and just take over. Where would we be then?
Sorry, I had to mute for a second. But anyway, no, I understand exactly what you were saying.
Yeah.
Gurney, you still with us? Okay, you're still muted.
Well, that's because you didn't unmute me, but that's okay.
I didn't mute you. You did.
Oh, I thought you did.
No,
I
you did.
I muted it just.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, D-Dog.
That's why I didn't unmute you, because I didn't mute you. I looked down and you was already muted. I thought, okay, that'll work.
How you doing, D-Dog?
D-Dog, hello. Yeah, anybody that wasn't here at the first show, I got a message sent to me that said I can play the first one again if you all wanted to see it. That's up to the chat. If you'll put a 1 in there if you want to see the first video because you missed it, put it in there. I don't want to, if everybody's been in here from the beginning, then I don't want to bore them again with the first one again. It was a good one.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was. That's why I played it first.
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah. And Tracy, she wants to see it. Red wants to see it again.
I do.
You do. Let me go dig it up.
I'll watch it again.
Okay. Let me go dig it up. Okay. Give me a second because it's going to take a second to figure out which one it was.
Problem, Shane. Do what you got to do.
I think this was it. Nope, that's not it. That's the second one.
Okay. Thank you for your service, D-Dog, too. D-Dog was a Marine, and, he had to do what he had to do.
Absolutely. All right, there it is. You pull this over.
It'd be kind of hard
check my message.
to time out Blacklock when he's not here.
All right, I'll go ahead and play this one again. This one's only 3 minutes. Ain't as tear jerky as the rest of them. And it's Reagan talking, so it's pretty good.
That was my commander in chief.
Yep, that's what you said. That's impressive. I must have it muted. Hang on. Let me Yep, I got it muted.
During the moment.
We'll start this right here. Okay, now we'll go.
A few moments ago, I placed a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And as I stepped back and stood during the moment of silence that followed, I said a small prayer. And it occurred to me that each of my predecessors has had a similar moment. And I wondered if our prayers weren't very much the same, if not identical. We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. The armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And I wonder, in fact, if all Americans' prayers are the same as those I mentioned a moment ago. For all we can ever do for our heroes is remember them and remember what they did. And memories are transmitted through words. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise. We see them as something like the founding fathers, grave and gray-haired. But most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. And all we can do is remember. There's always someone who is remembering for us. No matter what time of year it is or what time of day, there are always people who come to this cemetery, leave a flag or a flower or a little rock on a headstone. And they stop and bow their heads and communicate what they wished to communicate. I think sometimes of General Matthew Ridgway, who the night before D-Day tossed sleepless on his cot and talked to the Lord and listened for the promise that God made to Joshua. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. We are surrounded today by the dead of our wars. We owe them a debt we can never repay. All we can do is remember them and what they did and why they had to be brave for us. All we can do is try to see that other young men never have to join them. Today, as never before, we must pledge to remember the things that will continue the peace. Today, as never before, we must pray for God's help in broadening and deepening the peace we enjoy. Let us pray for freedom and justice and a more stable world. And let us make a compact today with the dead. A promise in the words for which General Ridgway listened. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee.
There was that one I played at the first of the show. In case anybody missed it. Old Reagan, he was quite the speaker. And he had a way with words and a way of explaining things. Now, I don't know if he had help or whatever, but who knows. But either way, he put out good messages that people could relate to. And everybody loved him. If it wasn't from the movies, it was from him being president.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
I can tell you a story I read about Ronald Reagan, about with him and his stage 4 cancer that he had. I can tell you a story about that. And it's been outlawed in the United States for over 70 years, which shouldn't be. But he went over there, and Ronald Reagan ended up dying from natural causes 19 years after he had stage 4 cancer. They had cured his cancer. That's a true story. 19 years after he was diagnosed with stage 4. and he was diagnosed while he was in the White House. So, but yeah,
Wow.
he ended up flying across seas. I don't know if it was over in Italy or where it was over there, but he ended up he'd fly over there and take his treatments and get done when you need done. And y'all just look up Dr. Al Sears. Write that down, Dr. Al Sears, and he tells the story, and he's got documentations to prove the stories. I got his book, but yeah, that was a neat story. But yeah, he ended up dying from natural causes. Not cancer.
He was
Wow.
he was a pilot for World War II, right?
Yeah, he was also an actor.
Yep.
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, he got in on the end of that pilot deal on the end of the World War II.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I just know he was a pilot. He was a fighter pilot, I believe.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a pretty smart fella, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I can't verify any of that because I wasn't there, but from everything I can find on him, he was pretty damn smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that video kind of reminds me of, when he was talking about, men that, young men that go out and serve and they lose their life, and they had their plans of getting married and, and having children and things like that. And that's what happened with the guy that I served with, the one that got killed. And he was, in fact, he had a fiance back at home, and he was really excited about getting back and getting married with her and everything. That was his high school sweetheart, and he was, he was always telling us about it when he'd sit in the bunk, and we'd just be sitting around chatting, and he'd talk about her, and he's looking forward to getting married to her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh. Yeah.
That's the one you lost your hearing over, isn't it? Or part of it?
What's that?
That's the one you lost part of your hearing over, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Reminds me every day when
Ken's doing the song about that.
Yeah, that's the one he's going to sing, the song
Brothers
Calling.
Yep.
Yep, that's what's going to be in it. And yep, it reminds me every day when I wake up till the time I go to bed with that ringing in my ears every day.
Yep. It's hard.
Yep.
I mean, I know this sounds callous, but I know over time it gets
better.
It gets better, yes, and it's just real, but it still brings back the memories.
Oh yeah, all the time. But I always try to make it as a positive thing, because a lot of different men can take it, or women can take it differently when they've been in something that ugly. I'll just say that.
Yep.
And different people take it different ways, At first, it was hard for me for a while, and at one time I even thought about committing suicide, and tried to drink myself to death, whatever, But then, tragedies happen into my life. But then I end up meeting my wife, and she really helped me through a lot of this stuff. She had to go through a lot, with me, especially at night, when I'd be asleep, I'd have some issues, but she dealt with me, and and just hung in there, and now it's not really an issue much any.
Well, good.
Awesome.
Good. I'm glad your wife helped you through that.
I'll be right back.
Oh, she did. Yes, she sure did. She helped me through getting through my drinking. She gave me a choice. She said, "You got to pick me or drinking." And I didn't want to lose her, and so I had to make that choice, and I definitely had to, chose her. So,
Oh,
um,
absolutely. You're still with
and
her?
oh yeah,
How
every
many
day.
years you married to her now?
Pardon?
How many years now?
We're coming up on 26 December 2nd.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I had to go through 3 different marriages.
Oh shit.
Um, yeah, my first one, I was gone so much in the military. Uh, I'll just say it this nicely. She got lonely.
Yeah, she couldn't wait any longer for you. Right.
Yeah. Well, she waited. I mean, when I got back home, she thought she was pregnant with somebody else's kid.
Yep.
So, yeah. And then
Yep.
the second one, that was kind of just a messed up deal there.
That was a
And the third
rebound off
one,
your first one.
oh, yeah. But, I literally, I prayed for my wife. I said, Lord, you got to pick her. You got to pick my wife because I can't deal with this mess no more. And, he did. And well, we've been together from the day we met. We've been together since.
Well,
Nice.
25 years the diamond year where you have to buy her a diamond or something?
I don't need to. She tells me I am her diamond.
Oh, okay. So now you're on 26. I just didn't know if you
Yeah.
I think
No,
25 years the year of the diamond.
yeah, she don't care about none of that. She says, as long as I got you, that's all that matters.
There you go. Diamond in the rough.
Yeah, she don't care about
She
diamonds.
had
She
to
don't care
polish
about
you.
nothing.
She had to polish you up a little bit, but you're fine.
Oh yeah, she sure did. She had to use that wax on me, but hey, I
Little elbow grease.
appreciate it. Yeah, there you
Hell
go.
yeah.
Yeah, so she's had to deal with a little bit with me, but well, not a little bit, quite a bit, especially
Well,
when I
hell,
was doing my drinking time, and yeah, I just it was a choice between her or drinking, and I definitely had to pick her, and I haven't drinking since.
there you go. Well,
So
congrats on both of those occasions. Your
yeah,
wife.
because if I would have kept on drinking, it just would have been a downhill spiral for me, and I probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah, it's probably true. Because,
Yeah,
what you're drinking, most of your alcohols are depressants.
well, that's
And
it. I had
it
a
makes
sister.
some
I had a
bad.
sister. I had a sister commit suicide that way. She drank so much, and she took a gun to her head, and
Yep.
so yeah, definitely that can do that. Now, some people they're okay with it. They can, they know how to manage themselves. That's great. But for me and combat veterans, it's not really a good idea to be doing that because, like you just said, it can be a depressant, and it did do a lot of depressant on me. I thought I was trying to drown stuff out, but it wasn't working because the next morning you wake up and you're in the same way, but you got a bad headache and you got your head in the toilet.
Hmm. There's only one alcohol that I have heard of that is not a depressant, and you wouldn't believe what it is.
What's that?
Tequila.
What?
Yeah, it actually gives you energy instead of depressant. It's the opposite. It's the
I've
only
always
one made, and it's made out of like an aloe plant, but it's the only one made that is not a depressant. All your beers and all your whiskeys and all your liquors and all your tequors are all depressants, but tequila is not.
I've always heard it was called Dequilia.
Trust me, I thought it did one night. I hadn't
But
touched that crap hardly since. Now I say hardly because Patron come out and I wanted to try it, the green or the yellow, and I tried them both, and they were actually pretty good. And we just took little shots. I didn't take a whole bunch, but yeah, tequila's the only one that is not a depressant. Vodka is the world's worst. Vodka and Everclear are the
yeah,
two world's worst. Beer is a depressant and a dehydrant. You know, all of them will dehydrate your body, even tequila. But
Yeah.
it's the only one it is not a depressant.
I never heard that one before, but
Yep.
yeah, I don't disbelieve you, but I've never heard of it.
Yep.
But I
Even
wouldn't give it a try anyway.
Yeah. I'm not going to go get on that crap.
Mm-mm.
Like I said, it's been since I owned the bar since I had a shot of tequila,
Mhm.
of Patron. And I bought bunches of bottle of it because I give it away for Christmas gifts to some of the guys I had do work for me. Some of the contractors, you know, some of the big companies so I'd buy them a bottle and pay them, and they was always happy about that. A lot of them's Hispanic up here, where that like the roustabout companies, you know.
Yeah.
And so, no, I'd buy them when the job was done, and I got paid. I'd pay them and buy them a bottle of tequila, Patron, and then they always insist I had to have a shot with them. Why they carried shot glasses in the truck with them, I don't know. but hey, whatever works.
Well, maybe they like drinking after each other, I guess, you know.
I can't. Yeah.
You know, you're passing the bottle around.
Yeah, he always had clean shot glasses right there.
Yeah.
So, yep. But I haven't done that in years. Like I said, I'll drink a few beers here and there, but I might drink a few every night. Just depends, but it's just a few. I don't get. I have been known to get a little slurry. A lot of people don't realize, though, I also got a little bit of a slur due to when I knocked out all my front teeth on the top. So that I'm still trying to get used to that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially eating. So yeah, and the damnedest thing happened when I did that. Yeah, have you heard that story?
If you did, I don't remember it.
I was fixing to get up and go to bed. I took a big old swig of water and had to cough at the same time. And about that time, my body decides to take a breath in so I could cough with a mouthful of water. It went into my lungs. I drowned. I face planted into my concrete floor because I got epoxy concrete floors instead of carpet and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I face planted into that damn thing, broke my nose, knocked out all my front teeth up top.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Got up because when I hit the ground, it knocked the water out of my lungs so I could breathe. I sat up, sat there a second and go, well, all my front teeth are loose. So I went over to the sink and I'm bleeding everywhere. Pulled my teeth out, threw them in the damn trash can, set my nose, cleaned up, and called it a night.
Oh, boy.
That was it. I'm done. Never had a pain one. Never once.
That didn't sound like a very nice night.
No, that was a crappy night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little rough on me.
Yeah.
And I reminded of it every time I go to eat. I still got shards and stuff up front, so I can still gnaw on a steak and get it choked down pretty good. Because trust me, I ain't going to give up my steak.
Just got to make sure it's good and tender, huh?
Oh yeah. When I cook it, I know it is.
Oh yeah.
I find a place 45 miles south of me. If my brother's down there, I'll make him go by and grab me one of their steaks because theirs are good, soft, tender, and good. Lots of good flavor. You know, they're not excuse the French, but nursing home food. You know, no flavor, no, just raw, just not raw, but just bland food. I like a little bit of flavor in mine. So,
yeah. Well, that's what I cook for dinner for me and my wife. Cooked the steak up for her, and she made potato salad and stuff. Nice. So, yeah.
What kind of steak did you have?
You know, I think it was if I remember, I think it's a ribeye.
Oh, that's the best cut there is.
Yeah, it was really good and really tender. So that was good.
About 3/4 thick.
Probably a little bit more thinner than that.
Okay. Yeah, the ones that I get down there in Perryton is they're 3/8 to half,
Yeah,
but they're really good.
yeah, yeah. It was pretty good steak. So I got the thumbs up from the wife, so that was good. But yeah, I like, me and my wife, we like cooking together. Kitchen's not all that big, but we still manage it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, I'm having to read an email that come in, and
That's all right.
let me see. Someone sent me another video I can play real quick.
Mm,
Yeah, email. So let me go pull up my email. As soon as it pops on my email, I will get it ready to play it.
there you go.
It shows up on my phone long before. There's times it shows up on my phone first, and it takes a minute or two to get to my computer, and then there's times it shows up on my computer and hits my phone 30 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to great service. Okay, there it is. Let me hit. Yeah, let me rip it over to this one.
D-Dog probably sent you that one.
Nope, nope, nope,
No? Oh,
nope.
okay.
Not
That's
this time.
surprising. I thought
No,
it was
this is the
D-Dog.
same one that sent me the other ones.
Wow. Okay.
It's the same person that sent me the other ones.
Okay.
So I'm going to get it ready here. I got it pulled up.
Those who live today remember those who do not. Those who know freedom remember today those who gave up life for freedom. Today, in honor of the dead, we conduct ceremonies. We lay wreaths, we speak words of tribute, and in our memories, in our hearts, we hold them close to us still. Throughout America today, we honor the dead of our wars. We recall their valor and their sacrifices. We remember they gave their lives so that others might live. A grateful nation opens her heart today in gratitude for their sacrifice, for their courage, and for their noble service. A few moments ago, I placed a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And as I stepped back, stood during the moment of silence that followed, I said a small prayer. And it occurred to me that each of my predecessors has had a similar moment, and I wondered if our prayers weren't very much the same, if not identical. We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. Sometime back, I received, in the name of our country, the bodies of 4 Marines who had died while on active duty. I said then that there is a special sadness that accompanies the death of a serviceman, for we're never quite good enough to them. Not really, we can't be, because what they gave us is beyond our powers to repay. So when a serviceman dies, it's a tear in the fabric, a break in the whole, and all we can do is remember that with them, we are the last best hope of man on earth. Without them, we are little more than the crust of a continent. And I am some thousands of miles away, believe me, the memory and the importance of this day will be in the forefront of my mind and in my heart. Words alone cannot express our gratitude to the brave men and women who took on the task of protecting our country from foreign threats and aggression. President Coolidge once said, "The nation which forgets its defenders will be itself forgotten." Nothing is more important to the soul of America than remembering and honoring those who gave of themselves so that we might enjoy the fruits of peace and liberty. On this day, dedicated to American veterans, we honor the brave men and women who have, by their service, preserved our liberty. Our parades are a celebration of freedom. Our banner is Old Glory, and we hold her high and proud. This is the legacy of the brave men and women that we honor today. Let us go forth from here having learned the lessons of history, confident in the strength of our system and anxious to pursue every avenue toward peace. This Veterans Day offers more reason than ever to think about what these special people mean to America. If we remember that their dedicated service is in defense of our freedom, and if we understand that they put their lives on the line so we might enjoy justice and liberty, then their sacrifices will not be in vain. This is our obligation, and this has been the spirit of Veterans Day from the beginning. Yes, veterans have given their best for all of us, and we must continue to do our best by them. Our hearts turn also to our disabled veterans. Their sacrifices and hardship endure every day of the year. A compassionate government will show them that we do remember and honor them. When you see one of our young men and women in uniform out the street or someplace, how about a smiling hello and maybe a thank you? Veterans know better than anyone else the price of freedom, where they've suffered the scars of war. We can offer them no better tribute than to protect what they have won for us. That is our duty. They have never let America down. We will not let them down. Let us remember all those who fought so freedom itself could once more live and thrive, and let us pray that for the cause of freedom, it shall always be said in the words of the Psalms, "The Lord shall preserve thy going out and coming in from this time forth and even forevermore." All those who have served in America's uniform deserve the nation's thanks. To show our gratitude, I'm about to do something I've been looking forward to for a long time. Sign the bill that creates a cabinet-level Department of Veterans Affairs. This bill gives those who have borne America's battles, who've defended the borders of freedom, who've protected our nation's security in war and in peace, it gives them what they've deserved for so long: a seat at the table in our national affairs. And so in signing this bill, I'm saying to all our veterans what I say to new cabinet members: welcome aboard. And I'm not talking about bullets or guns, but about heart and spirit. Once again, young Americans wear their uniforms and serve their flag with honor and pride. From the NATO lines to the demilitarized zone of Korea, and at bases and ports all across America and all over the world, young Americans are carrying on in your footsteps, in the courageous footsteps of those who stood in harm's way so that others might have a chance to find freedom, peace, and happiness. You know, every time I see a young serviceman or woman, I get a lump in my throat, thinking of how lucky we are to have them serving our country and protecting our freedom with real honor, courage, and competence. I'll never stop working as hard as I can to make sure that our nation keeps its special commitment to those who served, to those who have kept the torch of liberty burning brightly. Because of you, America's best days are still to come. And with faith, freedom, and courage, there's no limit to what America can and will accomplish.
Yep. Ronald Reagan was a great president.
He had his day.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, he had his day.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a good impression on the United States. Had great intentions. Yeah, I was trying to think when he was in, how old I was, and I had to have been in my junior high and early high school years. Because Michael, I think you're 10 years ahead of me, right close.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so I was when he took office, I was in junior high. When he left office, I think I just entered high school.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't graduate till 89 and 90. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I got in the military when I was in 1980.
You fresh out of high school?
Not fresh out of high school, but a little bit right after that. Not much. I didn't finish high school, and then didn't graduate. There was some things happening, and I didn't get a chance to graduate. But back then, you didn't have to, have a high GED,
Right.
you know, and I started working, doing different jobs, side jobs, stuff. It just wasn't cutting it. And then, I said, I want to do something else. I want to do something that I'm really good at. And, I thought about, okay, someone said something about, what about the military? And I said, hey, that's an idea. And, I was trying to figure out what branch I wanted to go to. And then I decided um, I wanted to go in the Army. And so that's what I decided. And away I went.
Love bug. Cool. Yeah, I graduated in 89, or I left school in 89. Let me rephrase that. I was supposed to graduate, I don't know, 4 or 5 months later in 90, but yes, I was a high school dropout. I did get my diploma, but it's, well, I'm not going to go into that, but I did get one. It wasn't a GED, it was a diploma.
Right.
But yeah, I had, like I said, my life back then was kind of screwed up. I was too busy chasing tail and screwed up a bunch of crap in my life. And I want to tell you what, it takes a lot of years to fix all that screwed up crap.
Yeah. Yeah, my years in high school and stuff, it was playing football and doing sports, and you know, that was my main thing I was doing.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people love that, and that's why they stayed in. And that was a big to do back then.
Mm-hmm.
But, the academic part was just not. And I was good at it. I made A's and B's the first, 2 semesters. But then I just kind of give up. I get burnt out. I get bored.
You're bored.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're bored.
Yep.
That's why I would get marked in class after I moved to the Sioux anyway. I would get marked in class, and then I would say, I'm going to the bathroom, and I would leave.
Yeah.
I would go smoke dope outside. Fuck it, I'm outside.
Well, my problem was the only reason I wanted to go to school my last 2 years, my junior and senior year, is because I just wanted to go chase tail. And that was the easiest place to find them. They're all corralled in one spot. So it was the easiest place to find them. And that didn't work out so well for me. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, I've got a kid that's today is his birthday. He is 32. He was born in 1990. My daughter is 33. She was born in 89. So that ought to tell you something. And it was by 2 different mamas.
Mm.
Yeah, a year apart. So I was kind of a wild child growing up. I mean, I'm not going to lie to anybody because it is what it is. It's part of life.
It's part of life, right?
Yeah, we all screw up.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yep. We all have our own screw-ups.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they all differ. Some of them are great. Some of them are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I tell to everybody, I have my kids young enough we could all grow up together. But the bad thing is, they grew up and I didn't. Well, thank you, Red. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's today, November 11th. He was born
Happy birthday to your son.
a month before me, but 18 years later. Because mine's December 11th, and I want to tell you. Yeah, it's easy to remember his. It was just kind of odd. It was on the same day as mine, just a different month, just a month before me.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I can't fix past. I'm not even going to try to. I still claim him. He's not been the greatest person in the world. He's had quite a few screw ups, and that's on him. My daughter, she does really well. I've been a granddad since I was 36 years old. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. I only had one daughter, and I was too busy doing military stuff, and I only had one daughter, and yeah, she's doing good. She got a great husband, and so two beautiful grandchildren.
There you go. Love Pug, thank you. I will, when I talk to him next, I'll let him know.
Well, I hope Ken gets the song out pretty soon. He had a little bit of issue with, I guess, one of his something with one of his boxes or something. I can't remember what it is.
He's been having some issues, and I'm just waiting on him to call me. Eventually he'll call me and let me know when he's got everything up and going right.
Yeah, he wanted to get it out Thursday, and then he came up and he apologized to everybody that machine. He's trying to get it fixed or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but he said that's the main heart of everything, and so I was looking forward to it, and I had a lot of people I was telling about the song that was going to come out, and I told a lot of other veterans that I know that the song was coming out, so they just said, "God, just let us know," and.
Well, the good thing is most all his songs were about veterans, so.
Right. I've always I've sent them those, it's just they were looking forward to this one because, it's a little bit more personal because they know me and
right. Nope.
So.
I understand that completely. Yeah, like I said, when he gets it all figured out, if he still wants me to help out, I will. If he gets it all put together and he likes what he hears, and it is what it is. I'm not going to be upset with him by no means.
Right. It's his deal. It's his deal.
Yep. That's it. I mean, there'll be other opportunities, I'm sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get it out. Whether I help or not, I'd like to see him get it out because a lot of people are waiting on it.
Sure are. But we got to give him that that space, and got to give him that keep the opening for him, and keep supporting him, because we all know we all had setbacks in life, and things that we wanted to get things that we wanted to get done, and then get a setback on something, you're just stomping your foot on the ground, so dang it, I wanted to get that done, but it happens.
There's nothing you can do. Yeah,
right. So people just got to be patient, and I'm patient. I've been looking forward to this, hearing the song since I talked to him about it. And
did he not send you a little piece of it?
I heard a piece of it, but it was, it's not a lot. It's just a,
it's just the first lick. Yeah, it's the first lick, and that's what he sent me, and it wasn't refined. It wasn't, but it sounded good.
Right.
And I like the measurement it went to.
Right.
It wasn't over the top, but yet it was to the point.
Yeah. And there was, and there's a lot more that's going to go into that. So,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. So, especially with, I guess that piece that he wanted you to speak about of my
Yes.
fellow soldier that was killed.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
he asked me, do you know her name that when he spoke of her before he was about ready to die? And I said, he never spoke her name. He always said his fiance. He never said her name, um,
right.
but it's not like we, sat down and had drinks together and been, real close, but we were close enough where, his bunk was right there and, we'd sit and talk a little bit, but, he always mentioned her by fiance. He never said her name. Yeah.
Right. It didn't get intimate talks. Right.
Right. Exactly.
Sometimes it's best to keep your personal life, other than mentioning the overalls.
Right. Exactly. That's the same thing I did when I was in the military. I just said my wife. I didn't even say her name. I just said my wife.
Correct.
So.
Well, it keeps her name out of everybody else's mouth and out of everybody else's mind. So you don't want anybody to get doxxed.
Right. I had an incident when I was in basic training. We just got back from a 30-mile force march, and I was really tired. I mean, I was just hecka tired. It was
30 miles.
Yeah, 30-mile force march.
Damn.
Yeah. And so we got back. We were all tired and stuff. I was sitting on the edge of my bunk, and I was looking at my picture. She had a letter, and she had put a picture of her and my daughter in the picture. And this guy, he comes up and he sits beside me. He goes, "Oh, that's a nice picture. I thought he was being cool with me." And then he started saying, "Oh, that I'm going to take her away from you," and and some not nice things he was saying. And I literally picked him up and threw him against the locker, and I had him up off the air, and I was so adrenalized after he was telling me that, just really pissed me off. And the drill sergeant came in and got a hold of me, and because I had him up in the air, and I told him what happened, and he said, "Well, let me go talk to the other guys," and they stuck up for me, and said, "Yeah." He came over to him and started talking this mess, and Mike took care of business, and so then he called the other guy in, and he got an Article 15. And he goes, "Why am I getting an Article 15? He's the one that threw me up against the locker." And he said, "Yeah, but you're over there antagonizing him, talking about his wife and stuff." So he got the Article 15, and but they told me don't do it again. I end up getting some KP out of it, which is kitchen patrol, which is kitchen duty. But
you got a break.
Yeah, I'd rather take that. But he sat down and told me, "Hey, I totally understand. You were tired. You're you're missing your family, and then on top of that, you got this knucklehead coming and messing with you. And I wasn't the type of person you come mess with.
Well,
Yeah.
That's always good to hear.
Yeah,
you got to have people that stand up for themselves, especially when it comes to your wife and your children.
Oh yeah.
Even if you and your wife ain't getting along, you still got to stand up for them. You can't let anybody run them under, because then you just look weak, and no wonder y'all are having problems. You can already see the whole line of kit and caboodle of BS.
Right. Exactly.
Jim Boswell, hello. Yeah, it's one of those deals. I want to tell you, there's two people I protect. Well, three, maybe four. I protect really big, and one was my ex-wife when she was my wife. One is my mother. One is my brother, and one is his son, my nephew. And I want to tell you, you want to see me riled up? Jack with one of them.
Yep, there you go.
Jack with one of them, and I want to tell you what. you'll see a different side of me. And I have never been mean to nobody, especially on the internet.
Right.
I have had to stand up for myself, but I never got rude.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I'm a different person when you go to doing that.
Yeah. Well, there's a time and place when you got to step up and say, "Hey, I'm a man, and you ain't gonna mess with me like that." And that's exactly what he was trying to do. He was just trying to. I guess he was just trying to see if I was weak or not. He found out real quickly I wasn't.
Yeah, he's just trying to get a rise out of you, and he should have been careful what he asked for because he got it.
Yeah, he got it all right.
Then he got an Article 15. Yeah,
Yeah.
what is that? A couple of days in the brink?
No, Article 15, depending on how they want it, you can get your money docked. You can get you can even get you can lose some rank.
Oh wow!
So it all depends on how much they want to put on your Article 15.
How severe the problem was? Okay,
Right, exactly. It
okay.
wasn't like it wasn't like overly severe. It wasn't like something he um how would I say, he did towards the military attention, to, I don't know, but it was just towards me, and he just thought he was going to, it was just against another soldier. And then, so, okay, and everybody was tired and stuff, but, he got the Article 15, and I thought I
Did
was
you
going to
ever
get
hear
one
what he
too.
got out of that deal?
No, they ended up moving him to a different company.
Oh wow! There you go.
Yeah.
Good night, Annette.
Yeah. After that day, I remember I was laying on my bunk and he came in. And he didn't look at me or nothing. He went and grabbed his stuff from his locker and loaded it up and he was out. And one of the other guys told me he got shipped to another company.
Wow. Well, he did it himself. He
Yeah.
put himself in that position.
Yep.
People come in looking for trouble. They're normally going to find it. Now, how it turns out, that could go either way.
Well, he was probably a bully in high school or something. He was probably a bully in high school. He was trying to find someone to bully around, and he just picked the wrong guy.
Yeah, like I said, just because I'm kind and nice, never mistake it for weakness.
There you go. Exactly.
Never, never, never.
Right. Exactly.
I've
Back
been
then,
to that street a lot of times.
I don't know, but I think he had a little bit of prejudice because he was a white guy, but he saw that I was making friends with other guys that were black guys, Indian, Asian. I talk with everybody,
Oh,
and
hell
I think he had a little bit of prejudice, and he was just kind of like, this is what I'm thinking, that he just didn't like me doing that, and I don't know, he just, or he was just a bully in high school and thought he could get away with it in the military, and and that wasn't going to work because
Well, I mean, here's the bottom line: we're all mankind. I don't care what color you are. I don't care how close to the equator you are. I don't care what language you speak. We're all mankind. If you're good people, you're good people.
Absolutely.
And you're all there for the same reason. Well, son of a gun. I think that's a good blend.
Right. And in the military, back then, they would put, it's called Buddy Day. That's what they called it. And the drill sergeant would go around and say, okay, he'd say, okay, this is going to be your buddy. You're going to be with him all day. Where he goes, you go where he goes, except for the bathroom, of course. But,
Correct.
if we're doing, say, if we're doing any training, say, like at the grenade or at the rifle range or something like that. I even had a picture. I've got a picture. I think I even sent it to you of me shooting a 60 cal, and the black guy beside me was my buddy guy. And so we end up talking and and stuff. And I've never been prejudiced anyway, so it didn't bother me because my stepdad was black, so it didn't bother me at all anyway. But it's just that's what they would do just to kind of because sometimes there are people that come in and they're prejudice towards another race or something like that. So they wanted to kind of break that down and say, hey, he's not, he's your brother in arms. He's your, brother in the army. He's going to be your brother in the battlefield, and he might even take a bullet for you. So you better
Yep.
get to know this guy. So
Yep.
that's what we would do, and we talk and find out about, what his, where he came from, and you know, everybody has a different story, and that's how we. So then I'd start hanging out with them and hanging out with some other guys, and I don't know. I don't know if this guy had a hair up his, where the sun don't shine, and I don't know, but
He had something up his crawl.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So, but
That's all right. You got it pulled for him.
what's that?
I said, that's all right. You got it pulled for him.
Yeah, I sure did. I tell you, I lined him up straight on that locker, boy. I tell you, he wasn't touching the ground, and I had my hand around his neck, and yeah, he wasn't liking life at that moment.
Yep. I bet
So,
not.
I don't
I
think
got to
he's.
step
Good
away
for
for a
you.
second, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, good for you. That was awesome.
Yeah. Well, you got it's time when you got to step up and the way I was anyway when I was in junior high and high school. After I started playing football, I'd see guys that like to bully on these other little guys and couldn't really defend themselves. So actually, what I would do is I'd step up and say, "Hey, you want to try me?" And a lot of them would back up and say, "Oh man, this ain't your fight or whatever." I said, "This ain't no fight. You're pissing with this guy. That ain't no fight." You know, and the guy doesn't want to fight you. He just wants you to leave him alone. Well, so leave him alone. He said, "What are you gonna do about it?" I said, "You want to find out?" And I stepped up to him, and then he'd back up and walk away because, when you get somebody stepping up on you because you think you're bad enough to do it, well, you better make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I had that happen a lot in high school too.
Right.
At public school. People were picking on people, and I would step in there like a big. I thought I was a bully, but other people have said no, and then we're standing up for someone else.
You're the bully.
You
You're the
never went
bully to the
after. You
bullies.
never went. You never went after anybody except the bullies
Hmm.
because you were looking after someone else.
Right.
So you were not a bully, Dorinda. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I thought I was a bully because I just would get, if they were picking on someone, I'd be right in their face, just let's go, let's go, let's go. I'll kick your ass.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
I would.
And there you go. And then
I was a 95-pound person.
you
And I didn't care if you were 200 pounds, I'd still kick your ass.
you'd run around them and kick their ass, and then run around and kick their ass again.
Oh no, they'd get.
You got to get both sides.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I
Yeah.
just know how to fight. It was.
Well, it's that too, but you got to have that courage because if you don't have that courage sitting behind you, that comes in play right there. You got to have that courage.
Yep.
It's the same thing in the military. That's why they call it a confidence course. They find out who can go through the confidence course, and if they can't do it, then they put you somewhere else because you get a guy that's up there 35 feet, 40 feet, whatever, up in the air, and then if he freezes because he can't finish that confidence course, well, they can't put you where in the infantry or anything like that because you're going to freeze. You can't do that.
Correct.
They got guys that are going to climb over that, get over on their side, and get done with it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of guys get up there. They'll get up there and climb it, but then once they get to the top and they look down and they're going, "Oh man!" And now they're stuck at the top. The drill sergeant has to climb up there and try to talk them down, and basically almost hold their hand to get them back down, and that's how they find out.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put out an announcement here in about 9 minutes. I'm going to close the live down about 10:30. So I'm going to close the live down, and because I am getting tired. Not
Okay.
mad, but I am
Tennessee,
getting
I had
tired.
2 children. That's what happened. And my
But anyway,
husband could cook.
there you go. But anyway, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to,
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and shut her in and call it a day.
Oh, you're good. You're good, Shane. You've been on for a while.
You're fine, Shane.
Yeah, I was going to try to go to 11 at least, but
Nah, don't. If
but
you're,
it's one of those deals. I'm like, yeah, I'm dwindling.
yeah, if you're ready to settle in, yeah, do it.
Yeah. So about 8 minutes, it'll be shut in. If anybody's got anything to say in the chat, let me know.
Yeah. Anybody got a question or anything like that? I mean, I can't see it, but
I can
got
read
a
it to you. I
question.
can put it on the screen.
Yeah, if anybody's got a question or anything, I'm, willing to answer it long as I can.
Oh yeah.
Some things I can't answer, but
Somebody's not going live, Gigi says. Must be Bonnie. No, I ain't worried about any of that. That's on, whatever she does, her business.
mm-hmm.
Love her to death, but her business, her business. I don't get involved.
That's right.
We all have
Everybody,
things. People want to go there, they can go there. People
right.
want to go watch Dorinda, go watch Dorinda. People want to go somewhere to prepping, go to prepping. I don't care.
Right.
I'm not here to become rich and famous by no means, because I know that ain't going to work. I just come here because I like talking to great people.
Well, it gives people an outlet to come and just hang out and be friends with each other and, talk about just silly stuff sometimes, just hanging out, just being friends. That's what, everybody needs something like that,
Well, and that's why I started the way I did is just, I just wanted, I get bored in the evenings because I don't have anything to do. And I hate watching TV. Every once in a while I watch a movie, but I'll usually do it on my computer. I won't even turn on the damn TV.
Right.
And so I get bored. So, and then I was convinced to start a channel by several people. So I did. And I'm enjoying it. I feel good when I get to do it. I feel good when I get to talk to people.
That's good.
And it's been a lot of fun.
Sure.
I get a lot of conversations, a lot of good information. I get to vent a little bit on some of the information I've got.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's been a great experience. It's got its downfalls. It's a lot of work, but that's okay.
Yeah. As long as you enjoy it, that's what matters,
Oh, absolutely.
And I know a lot of people here in the chat, they're, they enjoy it too, because I see a lot of people that keep coming back and, they got to enjoy it. If they didn't, they wouldn't be here. So,
correct.
Me, sometimes I miss the shows here and there. I'm busy doing something or, maybe not feeling too good or something like that. And
other obligations. It's understood.
Yeah. There you go.
I ain't going to dox anybody or get upset with anybody because they either want to run to somebody else's channel or do whatever they want to do. That's fine.
Right.
That's on them.
There you go.
I'm going to be here. I'm going to do my thing. And if someone wants to listen, I'll visit.
There you go.
If someone wants to have something to say, I'm here. And I give everybody equal opportunity to come up. It's all on them. So I didn't drop as many times tonight. I was enjoying listening to you.
Well, thank you.
Well, not a problem. And I didn't want to have a bunch of talk over. Camel Carl was fun when he was here. So I'm not going to dox anybody for it.
Right. Exactly.
This is exactly why I call it the lounge. It's just like walking into a lounge in the bottom of the motel room, on the main floor, and grab a drink, sit down, talk about anything and everything you want, whether it's coffee, tea, milk, water, drinks, I don't care.
Right.
And you sit back and you visit.
And you learn something too, because look what you shared that maca with me. I didn't know nothing about it. So I went and did my research on it, found out more stuff about it, and then found out black maca is even better. So, and then you learned something from it, and then somebody probably in the chat, they probably wrote it down, said, "Hey, I'm going to do some research on it," like Camo did, or not Camo. What was that other guy's name? The last guy that was in here. He was asking
Wyatt.
about. Oh, was that Camo? Okay.
Wyatt.
No, Wyatt. That's right, Wyatt.
Oh, Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt.
No, it was
Wyatt.
Wyatt
Yeah.
Earp.
Yeah, Wyatt. There you go.
Wyatt Earp. Yeah, that's
See?
it. That was
So
Wyatt
now
Earp.
he's going to do some research on it just by word of talk,
That's it.
And then you're
That's
going to do research on it, and you're going to say, "Oh, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to order some of that too myself."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, because I got insight from the guy from the vitamin store, and he said, "Hey, you want to know a secret?" And I said, "What's that?" He said, "The maca you got is good, but for men, you really want to get the black maca." And I said, "Well, why you say that?" Because he said it will help with prostate cancer, it helps with blood flow, and things like that. So really going to help you out a lot. And I said, "Oh, okay, great information." So then I came home, I looked it up, I did some research on it, and I said, "Oh, okay." And then we did some research on for maca for women, and they have it for women. And I said, "Oh, super." So she ordered something for women, and she ordered the black maca for me. So it's on its way. It's supposed to be here, I guess, Monday or something like that. And
nice.
Yeah, I've been taking the other maca, just like what you told me. I got that already, but then he wanted to give me some more insight on it, and I said, "Oh, hey, that's cool."
Well, you got a good nutritionist there then.
Yeah, he was really informational. He, like I say, he was about the age as me, so he said, "Hey, yeah, if you want to hear something really good," and I said, "Sure, tell me." And there you go.
That's how it gets around, and that's all I do.
And that's
I pull up what I find, and then I spit it out to people, and it's on them to research it and do their thing.
There you go. And that's what, like with your show, that's what really helps out people, because sometimes maybe they haven't heard of it, and then maybe that's going to help them in their life with that. Plus, it's it's good to take vitamins too, because I was taking a lot of different medications for my lungs, for my heart, because I've got high cholesterol now, and I got high blood pressure, and all that stuff. And I want to get myself weeded off of that. I got off of blood thinners, so I got off of that, and I just want to get off the rest of the stuff, and hey, I'll be happy.
Yep, go to all natural.
Yeah, there you go. Go all natural. Hey, I'd rather do that.
Oh yeah, that's what
even
my
though
doctor told me.
What's that?
That's even what my doctor told me. She got up and closed the door to our room so she could tell me that.
Yep. And another good one too, I don't know if you've heard about it, Shane, is dandelion.
Dandelion root. Yep.
Yeah, it comes in a pill form.
Yep.
And now I'm taking that every day. I
got it growing wild in my yard during the summers.
Well, I don't have that opportunity. I live in an apartment, so I don't have. But I mean, I could go down to the park and pick some if I really wanted to. But
and you can eat the whole damn thing but the problem is, you go down to the park and pick it, it's probably been sprayed.
Well, that too. Yeah.
And so you want to make sure you're not spraying your yard if you're going to be eating that.
That's true.
You can eat it from the flower and the
I
leaves,
heard the stem
all the way through the roots.
Really? I heard the roots is really bitter.
It doesn't matter. Make a tea out of it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Rinse them off, make a tea out of it.
Yeah.
If you need to, add a little natural honey.
Yeah.
And knock out that bitterness. But you know what? We're so used to all this sweetened food. Everything you eat has sugar in it.
Yeah.
And so we're used to that. So when we eat something natural, it's like, well, that tastes like crap. No, that tastes normal. That's how it should taste.
Mm-hmm.
You will get used to that bitter taste. I promise. In
But
a
we
hurry.
have all that. We have all this. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
We have all this natural stuff that we have, like honey and natural things that we can use. Like my wife likes to make me tea and puts the honey in it and ginger and all that stuff. It's all natural stuff. So
Yep.
you can make it taste good.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
But anyway, I'm going to
Yep.
shut this live down. I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody that's been up here and everybody that's here. Thank you once again. Like I said, if it wasn't for chat, I wouldn't have a channel.
that's right.
So you all are a blessing. I'm glad you like coming here and hanging out. And I mean, that's just all I can say. I just can't say enough. Thank you all.
Oh, well,
Thank
we
you all,
appreciate you
and we'll
too.
see you tomorrow.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and I'll be on here tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central. As long as everything goes well. And I don't want to predict the future, but that is my plan. Is to be on here by 7 o'clock tomorrow. What we're going to talk about tomorrow, only God knows.
I just want to say one thing for everybody in the chat that's listening. Thank you for loving on us veterans. We really do appreciate it very much. We're it's grateful when we can go somewhere and someone says thank you for what you did and what you've gone through. And what we've had to experience. Things that you wouldn't even want to even think about. But we did because we love our country. We did it because we love our people and we want to keep it free. And I just want to thank everybody in there for all the love that you've been giving us, veterans, in the chat, and we really appreciate it. D Dog, I know he appreciates it, and Love Pugs. We talk and on the phone, and we just all appreciate it very much because it's a sacrifice, and
Well, absolutely.
and it's not because we want glory or anything like that. We did it because it's just something that needs to be done for our country. And if nobody does it, we don't have a country.
That's it.
So it's I loved serving my country, and doing what I did. So I just want to thank everybody in the chat and all our veterans that served in all the branches. I appreciate you and thank you. And Air Force, they saved my butt that day. So I might not even be here if it wasn't for them. So
Oh yeah.
they,
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to let everybody know in the chat, and as veterans, we love you and we love our country.
There you go. There you go. All right. With that note, we're out, boys and girls,
Alrighty.
ladies and gentlemen, and everybody. Thank you for
Right.
being here once again. Love you all, and we will see you tomorrow at 7. See you, Michael.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.